Hello, everyone, and welcome to the definitely not late, exactly on time first episode of the Vara in Virtue show.
Yeah, we did like super on time. I can't believe how good we did.
I know. Well, I mean, hey, usually I'm 10 minutes late. It's perfect. We're
Yeah,
technically 2 minutes early, chat.
it's true. It's true.
It's
You're welcome,
it's
by the
wonderful.
way. Anyways, I'm super excited. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to talk about the movie. We're gonna review, if you guys don't know, we decided we're gonna review a movie every week. And I
Yes.
think, chat, you could let us know what you think about this, but I think until the end of October, we're gonna do spooky movies because it just
It
feels right.
fits.
It
I'm a
does.
very spooky person because my birthday is in October, so I just
Ooh.
feel like everything always aligns with me doing the most spooky things possible, and I just feel like it fits. I feel like we have to.
It's home for you.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm really excited about this one. I think we should try chat. Also, like let us know if you know any like indie spooky movies, like horror movies, like independent creators or like I don't know, found footage. We're into it. So
Yeah,
let us know.
definitely. Yeah, what we should do, chat, is every week join the Discord, and then you can leave your movie suggestions in the Discord server, and then we can look at those and take those into account as well.
Yeah, yeah, good
Yeah.
idea.
We'll figure out a solid solution in the future, but
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
we're
just
not that
kind of
far
winging
yet.
it. We're just
Yeah.
winging it, but what else do you expect?
Yeah, we definitely are. But hi guys, welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing good. There's been a lot of news that has happened today, so we have a lot of different topics to discuss. We've got Lara Croft being cast, which
Yeah.
definitely has lit the internet on fire.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts on that. I didn't see that until you sent it, and then I saw it everywhere. But
Yeah,
so
well, it had
Vara
only
found it
just
first.
broke, so I was like, I gotta send this to her as fast as possible.
She's like, I'm the first to find out about it.
Yep, so we've got that. We've got the Superman sequel officially being greenlit. There's a little bit of news surrounding that, and also the release date, which is bumping right up to Batman, which is, of course, fascinating.
Yeah, that's
Sent. Oh, yep.
so wait, it's coming up it's coming out around the time did a Batman date now? Like it's is it
It's in October 2027, and now Superman is coming out in July
ah
2027, so they're pretty close to each other.
yeah, it's kind of crazy that we're getting a second Superman before the first Batman in Gunn's universe, but
Yeah, no, I think that timeline is so weird that we've been waiting all these years for Batman, and it's like, nope, we're putting Superman first.
yes, Bailey, we were separated at birth.
Yes. Um,
Yes.
so so we've got Left for Dead, which is, of course, a topic near and dear to our hearts.
It's my
Uh,
favorite first person shooter and
yep,
I don't care what anyone says. Don't tease me about it. It's great.
yep, we absolutely love Left 4 Dead. I actually just saw a post on social media, I think it was yesterday, talking about Left 4 Dead and how its player numbers are pretty consistent. I think it's like averaging 20,000 people a day.
So I remember the servers were down for Left 4 Dead 2 when Back 4 Blood came out.
Yeah.
Because somebody gifted me Back 4 Blood because I was like, I don't want it. And they're like, no, you're gonna play with us. And I was like, I don't want to.
It was okay. It didn't scratch that same Left 4 Dead itch.
Yeah,
That's for
no,
sure.
I agree. But I remember the servers like being down, and someone had mentioned that it had something to do with they wanted people playing Back 4 Blood, but so many people were going back to play Left 4 Dead 2 because
Yep.
they preferred that.
It's
And I'm
it's way better.
like, why are you mad that they want to play your game? You should be happy that they're playing something.
Yeah,
Don't shut the
no.
server down.
No, I definitely agree. And we've got a few other random little topics like Mario Kart 8 on the Switch, outselling Mario Kart World, the Call of Duty movie, and of course, we're going to be reviewing House on Eden, which was Wicked's suggestion, and I did watch it. I have quite a few thoughts on it.
Yeah, it was interesting. Can you believe though that there's only like 10 people that worked on it? Like they show the credits and we're used to like a 20-minute credit when you watch a
Oh,
movie, and
yeah.
it was just like the end.
Yep.
Like
Absolutely.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Um so what do you want to start with?
Well, we're going to read these super chats real quick, and then I'll let you pick because it's
Okay.
on out my channel for the first week, so you can pick the topic. So, really quickly,
Okay.
Corey, thank you so much for the 5. Bugs Bunny won't accept files on Google Drive. He'll only take a WhatsApp doc. I'm not
Corey,
laughing.
It didn't work.
Hey, nope, I'm not laughing this time. But you tried. A for effort.
Two very enthusiastic.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
For sure. Lexicon, thank you so much for the 50. Let's kick the wheels on this thing. But Wicked, why are you slumming with Vara? I've heard she's a drunkard. Don't let her corrupt you.
Listen,
Uh-oh.
I don't know what you heard from Ryan Kindle, but don't listen to him. Okay? This is gonna be such like a black and white like difference on Vara's channel. On Mondays, you got Ryan, and then on Wednesdays you got me. It's okay. It's he's not gonna corrupt her, okay? Because by the time Wednesday comes, I'm gonna bring her back. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I'm already like a little bit corrupted, so
it's we're all a little bit, right? I mean,
a little.
But I say that, and then there's gonna be one day where I'm gonna be like, do you want to like get drunk?
Yeah. One day on a special occasion, we can do it. We can take shots.
I'm like Vara's birthday week, and Halloween. So like
or when there's like a really big movie we're excited to talk about, and then we just drunk ramble about it for several hours.
Yeah,
that not like that would require alcohol for us, but
no, we're Furbies.
Yeah. We definitely are. Stormbringer, thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships to the channel. Much appreciated. Thank you. Carlos, thank you for the 5. Hello, beautiful ladies. Just finished playing rugby with my dad, Disparu. Loving the show.
Yeah, he's Disparu's stepson.
Yep. I do remember.
Oh yeah, you were there. You know the lore.
I do know the lore.
There's a lot of lore to keep up with, to be fair, on the internet. Sometimes I don't even know what's going on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And thank you for the second 5. I would love to see Daphne Keane as Lara Croft with a great script. I think she'd be great. What is she? I've seen her in like 2 things, and that's it though.
You know why? Because of the Boombas.
Well, yeah. I mean, the
Boombas
are very important.
There's only 2 reasons why he wants Daphne Keane.
Isn't she short, though? I always imagine Lara as being, like, a pretty tall, thin, very well-endowed lady.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, I'm short, so everyone's taller than me.
Yeah.
So Daphne's probably taller than me. But I think, like, look-wise, she might be able to pull it off. So the only thing that I know of her being in, I didn't watch Acolyte. I watched like the final episode to review on Saucy, and that was it. And I was like, what the heck? Wow. I didn't know that about you, Ryan.
Wow. I'm the Black. Very riveting commentary. Thank you so much for that.
He's not just a Black. He's
the certified number 1.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I only know her from Logan. And then the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. And I know she was in the Acolyte, but I didn't watch any of the scenes she was in. I just watched the finale for some reason. And
well, at least you skipped out on 90% of the trash. I did. Suppose.
Now I kind of watch stuff because like X-Ray and Disparu have to watch all this crap to review for Saucy. I'm just like sitting back with like my wine or my water, just like, wow, that sucks. But now I'm like, okay, I'll watch it too and suffer with you guys.
Yeah, I've always tried to watch the absolutely horrendous series that release, but sometimes I just can't get through them, especially with something like Star Wars. It makes me so sad because I used to love Star Wars so much, and now it's just absolutely horrendous.
Oh, we are just girls, okay? Leave us alone.
Stop bullying women, Ryan.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, I can't think of anything. Chat, let us know if there's what else she's been in. Oh, someone said she was in a Netflix show. I think she's very pretty.
I think she's pretty. I haven't seen her in enough for me to be like, yeah, she'd be a great casting. Again, like with Lara, the Bazoongas are one of the most important parts of her casting, but it's not all.
So since we're like getting into this, I was gonna suggest the Tomb Raider is the first topic. We might as well just go for it.
I think we might as well. So chat, if you did not hear, we've got a little bit of news on the upcoming Amazon Tomb Raider series. Now, this is one that I've talked about a lot on the channel. You guys know I love Lara Croft. I love Tomb Raider, but there's been some unfortunate news surrounding it. Basically, it got the Marvels and an Agatha writer on board, which was
so it's going to be super gay.
Yep. First of all, is super major ultra gay red flag. But then on top of that, Phoebe Waller-Bridge had previously talked about the debate on her being a sex symbol, saying she had an attitude. She was very deliberate in what she wanted to do. That all changed when they realized that they could market her to be a sex symbol, she told Vanity Fair back in June in regards to conversations they have in the writer's room about the kind of body Lara Croft should have in their upcoming TV show. She's a Tomb Raider, so she is incredibly fit. She has to squeeze through tiny rock crevices all the time. It is a different experience squeezing through a small rock crevice when you have larger boobs than when you have smaller boobs. So I guess women who have big boobs aren't even allowed to think about playing a Tomb Raider at this point, which of course is
Rude.
just, yeah, like they talk about wanting to respect women and making women feel important and like, oh my gosh, women can play all of these different roles. And then they're like, actually, you know what's funny about that? You are not allowed to play this type of character because you don't represent her properly. And of course, right, big breasts is kind of a staple of Lara Croft's character.
Yes.
And now we know Sophie Turner, the reports back in May were correct that she was getting jacked for her new role as Lara Croft. Whew.
So first off, like it's funny how like if you have big boobs, you can't squeeze through stuff. They're not like rocks, okay?
Well, right, they're
They
squishy.
squished.
Yeah.
We've had this. This is the second time we've had this conversation about how boobs
yes,
are
we have.
squished.
Yes.
But they are. Just saying.
Yep.
So my thoughts on this, like, yeah, chest wise, Sophie Turner doesn't have the look, but she may have the acting ability to play Lara. But I don't. The route that they're gonna go with it, that's terrifying. Just knowing that someone from Agatha has something to do with this. So are they gonna try and make this the gayest? Is it Martin? That's not Marvel, but the gayest whatever movie she's ever like.
Yeah, just like the gayest video game adaptation
there
ever.
You go. Yeah. Do you think they're gonna make? Do you think they're actually gonna like make her a gay?
Well, in the last series that they did, the ones that started in 2011, I believe they did make her bisexual. And then in the recent Netflix show, the animated show, they did make her a lesbian. You didn't meet her ex-girlfriend, but they basically said in season 2 or part 2, you're going to meet her, but they did make her a lesbian in that. So pair that with the fact that Crystal Dynamics has been rewriting Lara Croft and Tomb Raider in order to rewrite its offensive colonialist origins and how you can't steal from these tribes and cultures anymore. Yeah, I think that it is going to be absolute modern slop.
Props to you, first of all, for watching the entire Netflix show, because I watched the first episode and I was like,
oh,
this is disgusting. Like, yeah, I can't. I was like, why does she look like a male bodybuilder? And the messed up part is they had Haley Atwell, who is gorgeous, voicing her.
How old is Haley Atwell?
She's like 40 now. She might be in her 40s. I just know she looks great.
43.
43. She looks like she's 33.
She does still look great.
Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't even do it. I was like, man.
No, a lot of these adaptations that they have been just kind of churning out over the past few years have been pretty bad. And luckily for video game fans, we've gotten some good ones, like Sonic, for example. That was pretty good. I know people liked Mortal Kombat. But at the same time, when you have these very specific types of writers behind these projects, it's just a massive red flag. And I know the other day, Sophie Turner had also made a statement about Game of Thrones, because of course I think that's what most people know her from. And in Game of Thrones, right, Sansa goes through a lot of like sexual abuse, and that is something that bothered a lot of people. But she actually kind of defended Game of Thrones. Let me see if I can find it. But she had basically said like those themes are important, but she said them in a way that was a slightly more feminist angle. Like, we can't erase the fact that this has happened to women in the past relating to the sexual stuff. So it's good that she's defending George R. R. Martin's work and being like, it's great we didn't rewrite it, but at the same time, it definitely had that more like feminist slant to it.
Yeah, like she couldn't just be like, "Hey, it was great writing. Don't hate on it." She had to be like, "No, we've come so far as women."
Yep.
Um, Pretty much, yeah. So I don't know. I'll check it out. I mean, we'll probably have to review it here, huh? So I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I'll
probably.
watch it. It's just such a shame that they're taking all these properties and just making them awful. Like we don't need another. Honestly, we don't need another Tomb Raider adaptation because the Angelina Jolie one was just fine and it was accurate. Like she looks like Tomb Raider. It's like the character was modeled after her. Honestly, like at least then Angelina Jolie. Now maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, she's also speaking of Sophie Turner. I don't know. I can't remember the name of the movie, but you know she's doing a movie with Kit Harington, right? And they're gonna
Yeah,
be
where they're like
lovers.
lovers and they were talking about how icky it was because they're like
Yeah,
brother and sister.
that's gonna feel weird for them, probably. Like I know, like technically,
Yeah.
what they were actually cousins in the show, but they were raised as brother and sister. Um,
A
you
lot of
know.
people think that's how the book would end, is John and Sansa getting together.
Oh my gosh,
Because
I
the
hope he
next
doesn't
book
do
was
that.
supposed to be A Dream of Spring, and Sansa's always related to like spring and spring images. It's quite the conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't not believe it though, because at this point, I don't think George knows what he's doing. He probably has nothing written down.
Oh, probably
He's
not.
too busy updating his blog and tweeting.
Yep, exactly. Talking about the rise of fascism. That's why he can't write a book. It's such a bad excuse too. It's not like, oh man, I'm just going through troubling times personally. It's like, let's
I'm
come up
having
with
a
the most
moment.
virtue signal answer we possibly can and hope that it sticks.
He's like, "Oh, I'm kind of upset, so I'm going to tweet about it."
Yeah, but
Like a
I
high school girl.
exactly. But I think that Sophie Turner, she's definitely like packed on the muscle. So it
Hmm.
seems that she's pretty dedicated to this role, which is great. Again, I feel like she's another actress that I haven't seen her in enough to have strong opinions about her acting. She was fine as Sansa in Game of
Hmm.
Thrones, and she played Jean Grey, which those X-Men movies were not particularly of the highest quality. I didn't think that she did bad, but at the same time, I just don't think that like those two things add up to getting a role this large. It's almost like she's slightly too recognizable to play a
Hmm.
character like Lara, where I think I would have preferred them to go for someone a little bit lesser known.
Yeah, and that seems to work better as well.
Yeah.
Because when you get someone who's like up and coming, not saying she's not going to be dedicated to it, but they really like if it's something like this, like a game adaptation, they play all the games, they look up all the lore, and they really put the work into it because they want to be recognized as a good actor or actress. So they actually really put their heart into it, and we end up getting some pretty good. I mean, depending on the writing, but we get some
Yeah.
good stuff from the lesser known names sometimes.
I'm not even necessarily the most worried about her at this
No,
point because
it's the
ultimately,
writing.
yeah, if they give her a bad script, even if they give her a padded bra and she acts perfectly, then the writing's still going to be bad. So the show's still not going to be exactly what fans of the franchise want.
Yeah, no, I agree. Did you watch, I don't remember the actress's name, that the last movie that came out. I didn't
With
watch that
Alicia
one.
Vikander.
Yes.
Yeah,
Was that
that was
one?
I thought that that was decent. I thought that she did an okay job, but so I hate to say it this way, she played a good modern Lara, not like the
Mm,
sexier using her sex appeal, very like sassy and kind of full of herself in a way. She didn't play that type of Lara. She was definitely like the modern, oh, let's make this a politically correct Tomb Raider movie. She played that version of Lara fine, but that's not really the Lara that people want to see on screen.
no, and see, they act like in the beginning, like the article that you read, basically they're saying that she can't be like a sex symbol and
Yeah,
then still be a strong, like tough woman,
and I
which
hate
makes
that
no sense
mentality. You
because
can
those are
be
my
strong and
those are
sexy.
yeah, those are like my favorite type of like female characters, like the femme fatales that are just like hot, but they also like take no crap and they're strong. but they're not victims. It's like they make these women, they all have to be victims, and they can't be
Exactly.
too hot, because if they're hotter than the writer, then that's just no good.
It's I've wondered this for a while. So we obviously saw, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, a lot of Angelina Jolie, and she played a lot of very strong, sexy characters. And like Mila Jovovich was similar in similar roles, but who do we have today that's really playing those roles? Like when I think of those types of characters, I think of Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I would say Anna de Armas, but
Yeah,
like
but she's only been in like
she's only been in a
two
few
things
things.
like that or three things like that. I
Yeah,
think
that's
that
true.
Hollywood definitely could use her more, but I feel like we need another set of actresses that are typecast, that are
Mhm.
supposed to be very strong and sexy. I know like Sydney Sweeney, a lot of people like, but she does rom-coms, so she's more of like a Sandra Bullock in a way.
Yeah.
And I don't know who it would
Ye
be for modern actresses.
It could have been Florence Pugh, right? That's how you pronounce her name, Pugh?
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
have been.
she
She does a lot of period pieces too.
yeah, but she got weird. Like I thought she was really pretty, and then she was like, I don't want to be pretty anymore, and she like chopped her hair and got the weird
The face
piercing,
piercings.
and
Yeah.
it's weird. But yeah, maybe Anna de Armas, but I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get a second ballerina movie, which makes me sad because I
Yeah,
actually
it didn't
really
make that
enjoyed
much
it.
money, did it? Or the amount that they
No,
wanted.
I think it's because people are like audiences when they see like a female character in the lead, and because they had John Wick. If they wouldn't have put John Wick in the title, it might have been different, but they expected like a full-on John Wick movie, which I think it was. I put it right in the middle. Like as far as rating all the John Wick movies, I put Ballerina right in the middle because I enjoyed it and the story was really good, I thought. And the way they used him in it was also really well. Uh,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
I think, like, people are just like, "Oh, a female kid, this is gonna be crap," and some people just didn't even wanna bother seeing it because they thought it was gonna be same garbage that we keep getting when there's a female in the lead, especially an action
Yeah.
movie.
Yep, because usually the female completely replaces the male, when in this case, she's just supposed to complement John
Yeah,
Wick, which,
she did.
yeah, a lot of people were worried about, and that probably did push some people away. And especially when movies make it to streaming so quickly, there's not really a point to go to the theaters for every movie now.
Yeah, it's true. I was worried about that too, though, like, going into Ballerina, I'm like, "Please," I'm like, "I like Ana de Armas. Please don't have her, like, overshadow John Wick," or I'm like, "If she beats him in a fight, I'm gonna be so
Oh,
mad."
I
Like,
would be so, so upset.
I love what they did though. I was like, okay. I was like, it's not even like he's passing the torch. He's just kind of like, listen, I know your life was tough. I'm gonna give you a minute to pull it together, and I really liked it. But yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, we won't be getting a second one.
Yeah, no. And when it comes to Tomb Raider, we do know now that the series adaptation of the franchise is officially set to begin production in January of 2026. And in addition, Amazon MGM Studios has confirmed for the first time that Sophie Turner will star in the series as Lara Croft. So we're probably not even going to get this until 2027 because it's only beginning production in 2026.
Yeah, I would say the earliest is probably like a year later, like early 2027. But
Yeah.
they might try to make it like a summer of 2027. Like they might think they have like a blockbuster on their hands, which
I
I
think it
don't.
could be a good like summer series because
Because
it's a
action and.
show, yeah.
Mhm. Oh,
So
it's a show. That's right. It's not a
yeah,
movie. So
it's a
yeah,
show.
yeah, probably summer because it's when the kids are out of school, and I don't know, maybe the kids will want to watch this because they Sansa's in it. I don't know, not kids,
Maybe
but like
like
preteens,
14,
teens. Yeah, yeah,
15s,
yeah.
yeah.
I
They
don't
also
know.
say, I'm excited to announce the formidable Sophie Turner as our Lara alongside this phenomenal creative team. I wouldn't call it phenomenal, that's for sure.
That's a stretch.
It's not very often you get to make a show of this scale with a character you grew up loving. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't think that Phoebe Waller-Bridge grew up loving Tomb Raider. She doesn't even respect the character's body proportions.
Yeah, no, she did not. Her like I don't know, maybe she had a sibling that played it and she's seen it in passing, but uh, I honestly, it should have been a man. If they would have had a man handling this, it would have been done properly because men
Unless it
grew
was
up
one of those
loving.
male
Oh, yeah,
feminists,
that's
then it'd be
true.
just as
Careful what
bad.
you wish for. It'd be maybe
Yeah.
even worse.
Yeah, I don't like Phoebe Waller-Bridge though. Indiana Jones, Fleabag, they're
Mm.
just not products that stick with me personally. So I don't have a lot of faith in her, especially when, of course, you have just another like Hollywood elite coming out and being like, I'm one of you guys. I love this series. She's such a cool character. By the way, let's completely disrespect her and change everything about her.
I feel like her personality is gonna be freaking annoying.
Yeah, I think that they're probably going to lean too hard into the I don't need anybody. I'm
I'm a
independent.
strong woman. Yep.
Yep, I can do everything myself. And then they'll throw in the side character who is allegedly her best friend, but then it's going to be the queer
Sam?
community saying, "Well, this is a character who they've been interested in each other."
Oh, so yeah. I hate that. It's just so boring now. And the thing is, when they do it, they make it 100% their personality. Like I'm gay and that's all that matters about me is that I'm gay. Pay attention to it. I mean, we grew up in the 90s, so we know that diversity has been a thing for a while. It was just done. I mean, of course, there was some garbage back then, but it was done right. Like, think of like the Will and Grace show, which centered around like, gay people, but it was still funny and straight people still like to watch it because it wasn't like the only thing they
It wasn't
focused on.
overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
It should
Yeah.
be sexuality should be a piece of the character's puzzle, but not their entire personality. And unfortunately, fast forward to Hollywood 2025 and even the video game industry, that's all they really push at this point. It's like everything else of the character is an afterthought.
Yep.
It's
Ex-
sad.
It is because it's like, you know what? If you want to write these lame stories, make some new characters and make them lame. You're taking beloved characters like they did with Star Wars. You mentioned that earlier. That's like a glaring example of taking a franchise and just burning it to the ground.
Yep.
But and like they're bringing. I'm a big fan of Buffy, and they're bringing it back, and I have zero faith. Like I am gonna be just like wanting to throw up probably watching it because they already added like I don't know if you watched Buffy, but she had her
Yep.
Scoobies, right? It was
Hmm.
Xander, Willow, and the dynamic was fantastic between these guys.
It's
But
not going to
it's
translate.
not, and they've already said like they have a gay guy in it. And I'm like, oh, so before the show's even started to be, before the pilot is even recorded, you're letting us know that one of the new Slayer's friends is a gay guy who's
Right, like,
quirky
why does
and
that
like
have to be how you market it? Like, just
exactly.
have that be an element you figure out about the character in the show itself and do it naturally, but these people don't know how to write good stories, so they're like, "Hey, we're doing this," because they think that that's the most important part of the character when it shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess this makes sense. But back, early 2000s, 90s, whatever, they would pay to have the writers on set. You know how certain writers write certain episodes and
Yeah.
everything, and they always paid to have them on set. They don't want to do that nowadays, and that definitely shows. And they had things like for the like the Office show, they had a show Bible to make sure you stuck with the lore and you stayed true to the characters and what they would do in certain situations. And they don't have stuff like that anymore either. It's like why even bother if you don't have your heart in it with these shows?
Yeah, it's
Like
like with Henry
pay.
Cavill when he was
Mhm.
cast as Geralt. They said, like the actresses had said he was like a Witcher Bible on set, and the showrunner was pissed at that. The showrunner had said that she didn't like that, and she didn't like how he was, pushing his control into it, but he was the only one who actually cared about it.
Yeah, did he actually have? Now I've heard mixed on this, and you probably know, but he had something in his contract that if they strayed too far from the actual story that he was done.
That was the report. We've never like seen anything that's confirmed that. He's never confirmed that or anything, but
Okay.
judging by the like timing of his departure, it doesn't sound particularly shocking that he was like,
Mm-mm.
"Okay, I'm leaving now."
Yeah, he's the only reason I watched it. Like, I actually have to play the Witcher games. I finally bought them all. I know the story because I've had like so many people are into it. Like, especially being
Yeah.
online. Like, I know at least 10 people that love the Witcher games that have read the books.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to play them. So they were on sale. I still got to do it. But I watched the first season and I actually enjoyed it. I'm like, Henry's great as this character. And
Yep.
then like you could see he was season 2 like, oh, it's just
Yeah.
it got I don't know why. It's like when you have a blueprint of something that is fantastic, why don't you follow it? Like, especially with these superhero movies, it's like you have so many different iterations of these comics that you could pick from to make a good story. The only time I think it's okay personally when they change the stories if they add to it. And an example I use all the time, it's a funny example, but I use the live action Beauty and the Beast because when they added what like I think it was the plague maybe that got killed Belle's mom, like
Yeah.
that was a tiny little addition, but it added to
It
the
added to
story.
it, right.
And I liked that. And then like, the song that the Evermore song that they had, like
Yeah,
that
those
was
are
two
good
examples.
additions.
Yeah. So it's like when you change the story and make it worse and it makes like changes the lore and it makes no sense. I don't
Yeah.
understand it and I'm angry about it. So we're here to yell about it, internet.
It's a
Quietly.
good time to play The Witcher though, or read the books because a new book comes out soon.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
And
probably get the books on Audible because I do like to read a book, but like when I'm cleaning or busy doing other stuff, like I get through stuff so much faster if I just throw it on Audible.
oh yeah,
Because I
100%.
will like lose myself like 10 hours in and I'm like, oh,
Oh
what day
yeah.
is it? My whole you can see yourself on every surface of my house, book's done. Like, there we go.
Oh no, I totally agree. But when it comes to The Witcher, it's like season one was it still wasn't fully faithful, but it at least was entertaining. And then of
Yeah.
course, like as the seasons had gone on, it tanked, and now we have absolutely no faith for the next season.
No. Oh yeah, that's right. That's when is that one even coming out? It's been like what, 3 years since the
Ooh,
last season? It's coming out soon, right? With Liam? Is it Liam
Liam
Okay.
Hemsworth.
Liam
Yeah,
Hemsworth.
I don't
Poor
know
guy.
if
He's gonna get so much hate on the internet because people do
s-
not want him taking
so the
over.
only thing we last heard was that it wrapped in 2024, April 2024, and it was supposed to premiere in 2025, but I mean, 2025 is almost done.
So it wrapped that doesn't
Yeah,
sound good. Like, are they doing a bunch of reshoots? Are they doing like
maybe.
what is going on?
Maybe they were hoping that the backlash would die down, so they were like, "Eh, we'll hold on to it, and they'll release it in like December or something like that."
Yeah, it's not looking good. Poor Liam Hemsworth, right? Maybe he's a fan of the games and he was like, "You know what?
Eh,
Well,
let me get this
sorry."
paycheck real quick.
Yeah, actually, not
Yeah.
poor him. He's making money.
Well,
Forget what I
yeah.
said. He's
But
fine.
his public image is gonna tank, so
Yeah.
it sucks for him. Carlos, thank you for the 5. Daphne Keane was also in the British show His Dark Materials. Oh, I never watched that.
I've heard of that. I think it
I've
was
heard of it
on
too, though.
Netflix. It was in my like you may like thing and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah. That's true. Aramis, thank you for the 10. Wonderful to see two titans of YouTube here together. Here's to this being the first of many episodes to come in the future. Have a great evening, ladies. Much appreciated.
thank you."
Thank you, thank you. And Jim, thank you for the 10. Come for the glasses and hair, stay for the good conversations. We're quite Furbies. We like to sit here and yap, so
Just wait until we have some streams where you feel like, do you like wine or are you not a wine drinker?
I'll drink wine, yeah.
I think that's what we'll do one of these
Yeah.
days. When something really good comes out and we're like gonna Furby it up, we'll get some
Yep.
wine.
One of these weeks, guys, the whole episode's gonna be talking about Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
We're gonna have to force her into it.
Yes, I'll even rewatch the first one because it's funny because there's some people that are like I didn't even see it in theaters and I love them and that's the only one I've seen. My uncle took me there and I remember my memory from that is that's the first movie that I had to go take like a potty break because it was
Yeah.
so long.
It is they are very long. That's
But yeah,
for
I'll
sure.
rewatch the first one and then I'll go through them all. I have them. Shout out Wiley Dave. I saw you in the chat. I know you sent me the whole collection at some point. So
Yeah.
Wiley's
But
like, do it.
we'll have to do that one day though. To wrap up the thoughts on Lara Croft,
Can
I
we do
don't think what?
I'm doing her.
Oh, her muscles,
She's
her
like, are
big
you having a
muscle flex.
stroke?
I was like, what? Well, you're kind of off to the side slightly, so I was like, what? All I saw was one hand.
I
There
look
you
like a
go.
bat. I'm a bat. Got
Bats are
this.
great.
Yeah, they are.
But I don't think that she's going to be the biggest problem with this series, judging by the writers and the producers, but I have no faith in this and modern Tomb Raider. So
Mm-mm.
obviously, I hope that it comes out and I hope it's amazing. I hope we were all wrong and our skepticism was unfounded, but I just don't think that's going to happen, judging by the direction of Tomb
No.
Raider.
No, because like how many times have we seen a good actor or actress just be put in a role that the writing was so crap that it didn't matter how hard they tried to make it good, it just was not.
That's how I felt with Margot Robbie in the first Suicide Squad movie
Yeah.
that came out. I thought she would have made an absolutely amazing Harleen Quinzel, where she's actually the
Yes.
psychiatrist and she's like sitting and she's talking and she was serious for most of it. I thought she would have been absolutely fantastic. And then that's not what they did
Then
with
we got
her.
what we got. She did good with what she was given. I'll give her
Yeah,
that. Like I
absolutely.
wanted a Mad Love movie so bad. Like listen, the chat's probably gonna yell at me for this, and it's fine. I've been dealing with it for years. I wanted one with her and Jared Leto because as much as people don't like him, he is a good method actor. And if he was given good writing, I think that they could have made something really great together. She even said it like in an interview. She was like spazzing out. She was like, "We made magic," and then none of it was in the movie. So
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them do a Mad Love movie.
Yeah.
But sadly,
I
we will
I
never
I
get
didn't
it.
think that they were terrible together. It's just as
No.
individual versions of the characters they were playing was really bad.
Yeah. They also picked like the weirdest Joker to have him play. They could
Oh,
have
yeah, absolutely.
They could have picked anyone. Like I actually have, I'll pull it out for the next stream. We can be over it. I have it's a new 52 Harley and it has all the versions of the Joker behind her. I got this so many ago. It
Ooh.
was Neil Adams. I don't know if you know who that is, the
Yep,
artist. He's passed. I
yep.
had him sign it at a con, and it's all of them. And she's like, "I'm done with all of you." And then you see that Joker in there, and I was like, "But look at how many more they had to choose
Yeah,
from, and they picked that one."
yeah. It's a shame.
Hmm.
Leon, thank you for the 10. Hello, Vera and her evil twin. Am I
What
your evil twin or are you my evil twin?
is it because I have dark brown hair and also I really like Leon Kennedy, so I'm gonna let this
Yeah,
slide if you think I'm an evil twin.
Leon
I love
is an
Leon.
amazing
He
character.
is babe.
He really is. What do you think about him potentially, returning in the next Resident Evil?
Oh,
There's
I'll
the
be
rumors
even
about it.
if they just like show his face, I'll be like, yes, worth it, worth the
I was so
game.
sad because originally they were like, we wanted to bring him back, but then we were like, he's too old. What?
Yeah. So
No,
I
no, no.
he's not too old, please. Come on. So I seen I don't know if this was what one of the writers said or if this was a take, but I agree with it that they decided let's not do Leon because he's been through so much crap that you like can't scare him anymore. He's just like not even phased. So they wanted someone that is gonna like freak out and be scared and it was gonna be like a new thing for them. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's what they were going with, but I could see that. I still would love to see Leon because I'm the biggest fan of the OG Resident Evil
Just
people,
a
like Leon,
little
Claire, Jill.
appearance.
Yeah, I hope so. Even if it's like just like at the end, like
Yeah.
she survives all of it and then busts through some door and Leon's there, like I've been waiting for you with like a cigar or something.
Yeah,
I
that'd
don't
be
know.
great.
I would love it.
I agree. Primark, thank you for the 2. Either one of you would make a better Lara. Well, I don't necessarily know about that. I
We could
don't
do
think I'd
it.
make a very good Lara,
You would just
but
need
you have a
the
closer
wig.
hair color.
Yeah, it's a little
So,
darker right now than it normally is. So I think normally I kind of have the Lara hair.
yeah, fair enough. But thank you guys for the donos. All right, let's move on to Superman. We talked about Superman a couple of weeks ago, and I think you had enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, I think we had like the same take where it wasn't as bad as we thought it was gonna be. I
Yeah,
think that's what we
no.
had said in like our chat. I
Yeah.
didn't love it. And it's listen, the discourse on this was just been wild. I remember we reviewed it on Saucy and it was like, whoa, because it was very split. I feel like you and I are probably two of the only people that I know, at least up in the internet sphere, that were like medium with it, just like didn't hate it, didn't love it, moving on. Because there were
Yeah.
people that were like, the Snyder Bros were like, and the anti-Snyders were like and I was like, I'm just in the middle, like I'm just
I'm
chilling. Can
here.
you I'm just here. Because people got so mad, like, of course you didn't like it. You're in this sphere. I'm like, I didn't even say that. I gave it like a 7 or 6. I think I gave it like a 6 out of 10. I'm like, that is just
Yeah, that's
split
what I
down
gave
the
it, like a
middle.
6.5-ish. I thought that it was I s I think initially I was kind of mixed. I do think that it is slightly better than Fantastic Four, but
Yeah.
I thought that it had potential, and I would obviously like to see the sequel. Like, I'm excited for it, but I didn't feel very strongly in either direction, and I do think that that was kind of odd for how intense the discussion was
Oh,
surrounding
I
it because
know.
people loved it or hated it.
It's like I woke up in the morning and seen Twitter losing its mind, and I'm like, over Superman today?
Well, isn't Twitter always losing its mind?
Yeah. I was just surprised that it was over Superman. I was like, okay, well,
Yeah. Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. Ian for Lara.
yeah, I can get behind that. Ian for Laura and
That's a
or Ian
stunning
for
and
Lara
brave take.
and Ian for Bond as well. That's another one.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
being campaigned.
That would be
Um,
good.
but so what I liked about Superman is I actually thought David Corn Sweat did a pretty like he could do a really good Superman and Clark, but the script was lacking. It didn't have as much of that James Gunn humor as I thought it would. Like there still was a lot, but I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be absolutely
It was
dripping with it.
mostly around crypto, I
Yeah.
feel. There was a lot of like, haha, crypto, come here, dog.
Have you been watching freaking Peacemaker? He's doing the same thing with
Yep.
Eaglesley. I'm like, he has
Yes.
a like he just wants the
It's a theme.
it's a theme with him for sure. But so him and Rachel Brosnahan, I thought they had good chemistry. I'm like, they're like hot together.
I like them.
They're hot together, and
I
I
was
knew she was gonna
hoping
be a good Lois because I liked her in Marvelous Miss Maisel. Have you
well,
seen that?
yeah, I have, and I really liked her in that, but I was
Yeah.
hoping that they would bring a little bit more of that humor into this version of her. Not that
Mhm.
Lois has necessarily ever been like the biggest jokester ever, but I feel like this actress does it so well that
Mhm.
it would have been a nice little addition to her character for her to make the occasional haha funny joke. Now, maybe it wouldn't have ended up landing the way that I would have wanted, so maybe it's good that they didn't do that, but I thought that she had good comedic timing in
Yeah.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, yeah, she was I loved that show. But yeah, their chemistry was great because like, you can compare it to Henry and Amy, and it was like
Oh, they were much more
they didn't but to
serious
be
and
fair, Amy wasn't a good choice for Lois.
no, she wasn't.
And then on top of that, her and Henry just had, like, no chemistry.
I don't think Henry really has a lot of great chemistry with most of the females he's acted with and other things. I thought it was good in The Witcher, still not as like passionate as Geralt and Yen are in the games or the
Mhm.
books or anything, but I don't know. I feel like he's a good man's man. He's a good I'm going to kick ass in this film and I'm going to do these crazy action sequences. But on a romantic level, I just don't see that connection with most of his female co-stars. And that's what was good about David and Rachel, but I thought that he's a little bit more of a goofy Superman. And so
Mhm.
if they had added that humor in with her, that would have been so good, them being a little more comedic together.
Yeah, I agree. So maybe we'll get more of that in the second one. I don't
Hopefully.
know. I don't wanna say that I had faith in Gunn's DCU, but
Yeah.
I was like, because the weird thing is, and this didn't really happen much in Superman, but this is something that I'm seeing in, Peacemaker, and you're watching Peacemaker
I
too,
am,
right?
yeah.
So some of it is just too much. I get that Peacemaker's I compare him as he's kinda like the Deadpool, right? But they make it even more raunchier, like,
Oh
too
yeah,
raunchy,
absolutely.
and I look at it like, "Okay, so this isn't for kids," but some kids may want to watch Peacemaker after seeing Superman.
Well, I think also a problem is that it's John Cena, and
That
he's
too.
also been marketed towards kids in the
Mhm.
WWE as well. So I feel like it's almost awkward to see him on screen in such like a raunchy, humorous setting because it doesn't fit with the rest of his work. Sometimes there's just actors who are typecast as a in a certain role, and I feel like he's trying to get away from that, but I don't know if it works for him.
No, I don't so the first season of Peacemaker, I thought it had its moments that were kind of, like, funny. There were certain things that were okay, like, it wasn't my favorite, but so far season 2, I'm just like, they really just, like, went full, like, rated X, not even rated R, like,
Oh
that
yeah.
orgy scene, I fast forwarded
That
through it
was
'cause I was like
so
I don't
bad.
need to see this many, like, peepees and booties, and I'm like, "This is too like, what is the point in this? Like, what
It
am I
felt so
getting from this?"
awkward,
It was so
right.
yeah, it was so
It's like, "Hey, we
awkward.
just wanna let you know that Peacemaker is bi." Like, congratulations, do you want a golden sticker?
I
Why else did we
know.
need that scene? If you removed that, nothing would have changed.
Exactly, and so my problem with it is James Gunn is trying to write this the like Peacemaker at least, hopefully no more of the DCU like this, but I don't know. But he's making Peacemaker like The Boys, and my problem with that is real life people, like real kids, people like us, we grew up idolizing or loving these characters like Superman, maybe not Peacemaker, but just these characters. So they're watching it and it's like, this is the tone that he's setting for the DCU because I don't want another boys.
I
Okay,
think
that
it would be different if you had this like specific universe where all of them were like that, where all of
yeah.
them were like raunchy adult rated versions. But when you have Superman and then you have like Peacemaker, they don't fit together.
No, and that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
kids. Like, I really
You
hope
want to
parents
take your
are.
kid to go and see Superman, but then you don't want them to see what else surrounds Superman when they're googling the movie. Then they
Yeah.
show up with the scene, that
Oh
orgy scene.
no! Like, could you imagine like being like 5 years old and you pop that on and be like,
I'm someone who gets secondhand embarrassment even when I'm sitting in my own living room.
By
And that was
yourself, just like-
terrible. I was like, oh no, I don't want to watch this. I'm good.
oh, it's too much.
It is too much.
But I'm just saying, like, I could see like little boys would probably be like boobies, like giggling, but like picture some little girl just like, okay, let's watch it, and then like I really hope these parents are checking it
Yeah, I
out
have
first.
my crypto doll.
I
love crypto. And then fucking you Google these characters and that scene
Scarred for
pops up.
life. I'd be scarred for
Whew.
life if I saw that as a kid. Because I
Yeah.
remember my mom took me to see There's Something About Mary in theaters because her friend said it was okay for me to see. I was in the single digits, like I was very young, and you've seen that movie, right? You know the
Yep.
zippers. Zippers. My mom had like super mom strength and was like, I didn't see it. I was like, what? I didn't see a thing. I didn't see that scene until I was an adult, and I'm like, oh wow, thanks, mom.
It's
for
like
shielding
movies
me from
that it's like movies that are marketed a specific way. So I remember when like Twilight was going on, Robert Pattinson was in a lot of different things, and then they had that movie. I remember me where at the end it's just
Oh.
9/11. And I
didn't
remember
see that movie.
parents were furious because it's just like this movie about this guy who's struggling and he's got this relationship with this sister, and at the end he just dies because he's in one of the towers. Like, what kind of ending is that? You have this guy who is being marketed as like this heartthrob for teenagers, and then you just stick them with a movie like that?
They definitely
What?
moved him away from that. Have you seen The Lighthouse?
I did, yeah. I liked The Lighthouse.
I liked it, but could you imagine, like, I love Twilight, and then you watch
And
that
then you
movie?
see
Oh,
that
good God.
shit. It's insane. Leon, thank you for the 5. Good to see you, Wicked Virtue. We love you both.
Oh, thanks, Leon.
And we love Leon.
We love
He's one of
Leon.
the best characters ever,
Oh,
period.
he's he's fantastic, and when you dive into like the lore behind him, like the reason that he didn't make it to the apocalypse on time was because he was drunk and passed out because he broke up with his girlfriend. Like, he's
So
got
funny.
layers, okay?
He really does. Carlos, thank you for the 5. Superman's James Gunn was bad because of the script, Gunn's humor, and that ugly suit. I don't hate the suit.
No, I didn't hate the suit either, but yeah, I agree about Gunn's humor. But again, I thought it was going to be just like absolutely dripping in his
Yeah.
humor. But there were certain scenes that you could just completely cut out, and it didn't. It would have. There was quite a few actually, and I did not like Hawk Girl. She was one of my least favorites. Her personality just like sucked, and then it's even in Peacemaker, I'm just like, ugh. And I don't like that they are like in the comics. Guy Gardner is supposed to be like a douche a little bit, but like I love Nathan Fillion, so like he's not doing a bad job as Guy Gardner, but I feel like they're leaning too much into him being a jerk.
I think what they're going to do, because that Lanterns show was supposed to release,
Oh, yeah,
think
that's right.
in 2026, he's going to be part of that, and they have Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, so it's going to be the 3 Lanterns, and
Mhm.
so I think that they're really going to flesh out his character in that and kind of show you why he's a douche,
Yeah.
but also why he's the Lantern, why he's Green Lantern. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that will add a lot more good context to it.
I hope so. But again, it's like we talk about this on Saucy all the time, where some people don't want to have to do their homework.
Yeah,
Like
no.
like you have to keep watching. Like we used to go watch movies and like everything you needed to know was there. Like you see the Avengers, you know what the characters are about, and then you want to go see the second one. You don't need to watch Loki. And then,
Yeah.
whatever all these shows, I'm gonna watch them, but I hope so that they do what you said, because that would be nice. It would add layers to him.
Yeah.
I really like Nathan Fillion, and even
I
with
do
the way
too.
he is now, he's definitely nowhere near my least favorite character in Superman.
Oh,
It just
no.
seems like they leaned so heavily into it, and I'm like,
I also really love Mr. Terrific.
I liked him too.
He was really good.
Yeah, I think, aren't they talking about making a show? with
Yeah,
him.
another spin-off show. So that will also be nice if they do the spin-offs because then one will be focused on like Guy Gardner and I'd assume Hawkgirl will be in one of these as well and then like a Mr. Terrific one. So we'll get these characters fleshed out a little bit more, but I guess
Yeah.
ultimately if the Superman movie falls apart and that doesn't go good, then none of these spin-off shows really matter. So let's hope that James Gunn is actually putting on his thinking cap for this one.
We'll see. He thinks
Yeah,
he's a genius, so who
he
knows?
does. Ian, thank you so much for the 50 pounds. It's true. A mentor of mine once said to me, never see your hero's arse.
Wise words from your
Wise
mentor,
words.
Ian.
Yes. And the Jabroni, thank you for the 2. I like boobies. Well, then you might not like the new Lara Croft.
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I mean, I think she's pretty, but I just don't know if she's Lara. But at least now we're finding out that the sequels to the Batman and Superman will both release in 2027. And from what we're hearing, Superman is going to be around July and the Batman is going to be around October, which is kind of insane to me because we've been waiting how many years for the Batman 2 at this point, and we're still going to technically get Superman before we get more Batman.
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder why, if it's getting plagued with reshoots or
Well, I think a problem that they face is that Robert Pattinson is kind of like the Hollywood it guy right now. So he's in so many things that you pair his tougher schedule to work around with the fact that they put it on the back burner during like the writers' strikes. And then
Mhm.
I think it just created a recipe for disaster because the Penguin was supposed to come out one year and then the Batman 2 was supposed to come out the next year. But it's like they had to put that as like their main piece of content over the span of the 4 years that we were waiting, which kind of feels bad. But I liked the Batman. I don't know how you felt about it.
I gave it like an 8 out of 10. Like it wasn't like perfect, but I so the thing is, people who maybe haven't read the comics, I haven't read all the Batman comics, or but or a decent amount in the animated shows and stuff. But he's year one. He's not supposed to be the world's greatest detective yet.
He's year
So, oh, that was
two.
year two. It
Yeah,
wasn't year
he's year
one.
two. Because year one, he took down the Joker.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because Joker's in Arkham.
Well, oh yeah, that's true. Okay,
Yeah.
true,
So
true.
it's
Okay,
like
but
year two. But still, that's
he's
very
still
new on.
yeah, that's what I just mean. Like he's still learning the ropes. He takes time, which I appreciate this, because they can't just toss him in there and there he is. No, he has to learn how to be the world's greatest
Yeah.
detective, and he is a bit emo in the beginning, right? Because he's like, Bruce Wayne's the mask. It's not Batman as a mask. Like that's his whole thing, right? He's himself when he's Batman. Um, so
He's still getting into the groove of
yeah,
things.
exactly. So I'm like, it's fine. And I feel bad because so many people that were even fans of Robert Pattinson are like, nope, he's only Edward. Sorry, I've only seen the first Twilight movie, so I forget. I never got into it. But they're like, he can only be Edward. It's like, no, give the man a break. He doesn't want to
He's been
sparkle
in so
anymore.
many things now, though. It's hard
Hmm.
to just view him as Edward. I think, at least for
Yeah.
me at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, same.
I mean, even voicing in like Ghibli works, that's crazy range.
That is. I think he has range. Like they showed it in okay. I actually just watched Mickey 17 for the first time. I know the reviews were kind of mixed on that, but I didn't think it was fantastic, but I didn't think it was as bad as everyone said it was.
No, I
I
thought it
thought
was
his
maybe
acting
like
was
a I thought it was maybe like a 5 or a 6, which definitely
yeah.
isn't bad in terms of some of the movies we
Yeah.
get nowadays.
No, I thought that his acting was pretty good in that one. Like it showed his range because he was playing the two different versions of himself, and like the
Yeah,
movie was a little weird and stuff, but
it
like
was.
it again, not the worst thing I've watched even this year.
Did you
So
watch Tenant?
Tenant, no. What is
Oof,
that
Tenant
one?
was so it's very hard to explain. Tenant is very good in my opinion. It's another one of those that you have to kind of be paying attention to.
Oh,
But
2020. Okay.
yeah, he was in that and he didn't have a major role in it. I mean, I guess technically he was one of the primary characters even though he didn't have a ton of screen time, but I thought he did a very good job. Honestly, that if we were talking about like James Bonds, that would probably be his like more James Bond or spy thriller submission type of
Okay.
film.
I remember hearing about that. I can watch it. I think it's like it's on Amazon, so I'll keep that tab up so I can remember to watch it.
I think that it is on Amazon, but yeah, it's Christopher Nolan. It I don't I don't know why they didn't do a second one. They were talking about doing a sequel and then like it never happened. I get it though. Christopher Nolan's really really busy, but I thought it was solid all around.
I'll check it out. I have a long list of it's on there.
Yeah, we're gonna have an even longer list now that we're gonna
Now that
be
we have this
talking about
show, yeah.
movies. Yep. Steve, thank you for the 10. Hey Vera, hey Amanda. Have we covered Sophie Turner being cast as Lara Croft? We did.
We sure did.
Mm-hmm.
But don't
For
rewind it. You got to keep up with the live. Watch it later.
true, yes. But it will be up, of course, per usual. And Hollywood Guy, thank you for the 5. Hello, Vera. I have a question for Virtue. Does she like the Batman Arkham series? Oh no.
Oh, here we go. How much time do we have?
Woo! What's your answer, Virtue? Do you happen to like the Arkham series?
They're pretty chill. They're cool or whatever. No, that's what made me and Vara become friends. I think our love for the Arkham games because we were like we don't just like one, we like them all.
Yep, and the Lego game looks sick.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I was freaking out over. I actually just started playing. I've never played the other Lego Batmans, and
I haven't either.
They might still be on sale, but they were $5 for all of them on Steam, and I was like, sign me up.
It's easy.
Yeah, so I just started, and I'm like laughing my butt off playing. I'm like, I can't wait. And people are like, is this a new one? I'm like, no, I've just never played it before. I'm getting ready,
and it's going to have Arkhamverse combat in it.
I love, and he's doing like the bat
Yep.
bomb, and I was like, yes,
yes. And I love the fact that they are making it finally so you can, I guess it's not technically killing, but destroying citizens. So you run them over and then they turn into a Lego pile.
Yeah, it's so
I think
funny.
that's so funny.
And to answer your question, I like them all, but if I had to pick one as my favorite, probably Asylum, but I love them all. Asylum was really I had fun with that
Well,
one.
it was
But I had
the OG, right? So it's very
Yeah,
nostalgic.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go with it, but I love all of them. My favorite version of Poison Ivy, and I will one day get the figure. I want like a nice figure of the Arkham games Poison Ivy because her story was so good and she looked so good. That was a great like I know she's like in her undies and a shirt, but whatever. Like
Yeah.
it was a nice outfit and her character was great. That's why I will never forgive the Suicide Squad game. I know it was part of the lore or whatever, but when I seen her looking like freaking Greta, I was like, how
Oof.
dare you?
Yeah, they
She was
turned her
the
into like a 12-year-old Greta Thunberg clone. Ugh,
Ugh,
it's terrible.
gross.
Yep. But
But yeah, I do. I like the games.
apparently they're making or they're considering making a Shadows 2. So Shadows was the MetaQuest game, the VR game that came out last year.
Oh, yeah,
I have
yeah.
to buy a MetaQuest 3 so I can finally play it, but apparently they're talking about making a sequel to that.
Interesting.
I heard it was really good.
I would play it.
So, yeah, better than Kill the Justice League.
Ugh. I can't play that one. Props to you for playing it. I always talk about that. I'm like, you know what? I will always give Vara props because
It's
she
sad.
plays bad games and she sticks through it. Like I'll start streaming a bad game and I'm like, this is crap. We're going back to something else. But Vara's like, I'm gonna finish it for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I hate having playthroughs not completed, so I try my best to end up like streaming them in their entirety, but some of them I just can't. But I did finish Kill the Justice League and I was, of course, very disappointed, but the end to that had been spoiled like months in advance, so I went into it with such low expectations that it really couldn't have disappointed me at that point in time.
You were ready. Sometimes like I don't like
Yeah.
spoilers, but sometimes I'm okay with it. Like the John Wick movie, I to this day still have not seen the scene with the dog because I got it spoiled for me. And I was like, when I actually went to go see it finally, I told my friends, I'm like, I'm gonna go in the other room, and I'm like this. I'm like, just tell me when it's over. I don't want to see it. I saw a picture of what the puppy looked like, and I can't. My heart cannot handle it. I know what happens. That's good enough. I'm mad without
It's
seeing
like
it.
for
It's
me in
awful.
Guardians of the Galaxy during the experiments.
Oh, the third one,
scenes. Yeah, and the
yeah.
third one, that
Oh,
that makes me a little sad.
it was awful. I was like,
It
listen,
was.
Guardians 3 was better than 2. I tell people like I won't watch it because I didn't like 2. I'm like, it was the story was better than 2. They
Um,
underutilized Kurt Russell in the second one. Like
yeah.
I love Kurt Russell. He's a great actor. And I don't know. Like I didn't hate 2, but I think it was the weakest of the 3.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I like 3 slightly better than 2,
Yeah.
but they're all good for
Yeah.
sure. Hollywood guy, thank you for the 2. I'm hearing Rocksteady's making a Batman reboot. Rocksteady is kind of in the middle of a clusterfuck right now where they don't know what they want to do. They apparently were going to be doing a remake of Arkham Asylum, but then a couple of people that were on that team left. So now the reports are that they're considering basically moving forward. It's not quite a full remake, but it's going back and making a game in between the other games. Like let's say in between Asylum and City or between City and Night. So it's not a full reboot, but it's not technically a continuation either.
It's like a side story.
Yeah.
I
Like,
still don't
hey,
want
let's
it.
jam this in the middle and hope people like it.
Rocksteady sucks now.
Oh
So
yeah, Rocksteady's terrible.
how do they make I mean, I know everyone that made that game is gone. Like, the fact like, the details that went into that game, I don't know, you might know the answer to this, I can't remember it, how many years or how many months went into it, but they had one guy specifically just working on Batman's cape for the movement, and it was for, like, a couple years or something like that, that he
Ooh,
worked on it on himself.
I don't remember.
I have some friends who are game developers, and they told me that, like, a couple years ago, and I was like, "That's freaking cool. I'm gonna lock that
Yeah, he
away for
spent
future."
2 years programming
Yep.
Batman's cape in Asylum.
One person, like, that's dedication, they don't do
Well,
that
see,
now.
that's also an issue with the way that the industry is now. You're never going to hear about one person that's that passionate. Sure, they
No.
show up to their 9 to 5 and they get paid to make these games, but they're not putting in the love and attention to detail like that. And sure, part of that is, the studio leads demanding that they change whatever they're working on a certain day and not allowing them a certain degree of creative freedom. But also,
Mhm.
most of the people do not care that much about the product they're making because they're still getting paid.
Yeah, exactly, they're not passionate about it, and that's something that we're severely lacking.
Yeah.
Not even just with video games, we see it with everything. People are just like, "I'm just gonna get a paycheck." Like, another example is how comedy is dead now, right? We don't really get hilarious movies anymore that are coming to theaters. Like, I can't even remember the last movie I went to see that was a comedy, and comedy is my favorite genre, so I hate that it's dying. 'Cause I grew up in the '90s with, like, the silly, like,
Yeah.
Ace Ventura, Austin Powers, like, there's you name like, there's so many great movies that came
I
out
think
then.
a big problem with that is that a lot of the actors no longer have that natural funny charm to them. Like
No.
Robin Williams, Jim
Oh, yeah.
Carrey. I mean, they were naturals in front of the
Yeah.
camera and they could make anything funny. Who do we have that is a natural comedian that is
So
also a semi-decent actor as well?
I think the people, because I actually just I don't know, you probably know who Patrick Cece is. I like some of his, like, deep dives, that he does, and he made a very good point that the majority of the good comedians that are still out there, they're doing podcasts now because
Yeah.
they make more money. They
Oh
don't
yeah.
have to go, they could do whatever they want, talk about whatever they want. They don't have to go to the studios. So they're not making movies anymore because, like, why am I going to go spend months or a year making a movie when I could just sit in my house and do a podcast with my friends and make more money?
Well, right. It's like we get things like Naked Gun 2, which are pretty good, but at the same time, those are few and far between. It's like
Yeah.
studios don't want to take the risk, and then actors also don't want to be known for being the funny guy anymore. And then the comedians typically just pivot to podcasts because they have that creative freedom.
Yeah, exactly, and they don't have this, like, the studios telling them what to do because and other like, studios are afraid to take a gamble with comedy because it's everyone is so sensitive these days. So
Yep.
you get, like, an actual good comedian, like, say, Dave Chappelle, right? He could write a fantastic movie and wanna go, shop around like, "Hey, who wants to buy this movie?" And they're gonna be too afraid to
Yeah.
actually do it because they don't wanna get canceled because he might make a joke that offends someone,
Yep, and a
like,
lot
it's
of the comedians, like, like Ben Stiller and also Adam Sandler right there. I don't want to say that they're old, but they're
They're
definitely
older.
getting to a point, right, where they're slightly older, so they can't play those, 25 or 30-year-old goofy guys anymore. And there's nobody filling their roles in Hollywood. So,
No.
I mean, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, that makes me sad because this started, I want to say, I mean, probably before this, but we'll say like 2019, 2020, right? We stopped getting really good comedies, and that was when we needed it the most.
Yeah.
Pandemic and everything, like we could have used a good, but I mean, the
Hmm.
theaters were going down at that time as well, but it's just they took it away when we could have used it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but then of course someone would have made one pandemic joke and the world would have ended and their careers would have been over.
that's like okay, like Shane Gillis. Do you like him?
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's funny. I like his show Tires. If no one's
Yeah.
ever watched it, oh my gosh, I
It's
feel
so
like
good.
it's like a dude comedy, but I
It really
freaking
is.
love it. It is so ridiculous. It kind of takes you back to the office days, right? Because they're sitting in a freaking garage,
Yeah, kind
mechanic's
of.
garage, and it's not the same like recording, like where they're
Well,
sitting there
no,
talking to
but
the camera,
it's
but it's
definitely
like
got
the
a
same.
similar feeling.
Yeah, and it's just him with he has all his friends on there, and he I don't know. I just think Shane Gillis is really funny. I would love to see him do stand up live because he's someone that doesn't care, and he throws whatever jokes he wants in there. Like the latest, it was like a sports. I forget. Someone in the chat probably knows, but he just did like a sports award show, like probably ESPN, and he was making jokes like about like women's basketball, like someone won an award and he's like, I'm just kidding. I'm here for her husband. You guys don't know who she is. Like stuff like that. And people are afraid to say that because like, how dare you bring women down? The
Oh, I don't
ESPYs,
know.
thank you, Dr. Balls. That's what it
Oh,
was, the ESPYs.
gotcha.
Um, and he touches topics that he's not afraid to do it, especially
Yeah.
after what happened with him on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
It's
it's tough.
yeah, it's tough, but that was actually good for him. Him
Well,
getting
yeah,
fired from Saturday Night
ultimately.
Live like skyrocketed him, and now the best sketches, like the ones that do the best on like YouTube for Saturday Night Live, are the ones that
They're
have Shane.
authentic. Right.
Yeah, because he's just funny. He reminds you of like Norm Macdonald, Chris Farley, like that
Yeah,
vibe.
definitely.
And that's the Saturday Night Live that I grew up with. Like I think the '90s Saturday Night Live was probably the best. No shade to the '70s and '80s, that they were the pioneers. They were good, but man, we had some good talent in the '90s on Saturday Night Live, and then we had Mad TV too. Like, ugh,
And now look at what like late night shows have turned into, and I mean
Jimmy
even
Kimmel crying.
yeah, yeah, it's not good.
He used to be on the Man Show. How come he's so girly now? Like, what the
The
frig? He
soy,
used
it's
to
got
watch.
into his brain.
He used to watch girls with big boobies jump on trampolines, and now he's like, Trump's president, and like
Ooh.
we're all gonna die. I'm moving to Italy.
Yep, that's how so many of them are. Raider, thank you so much for the
Raider
$123
says
and
nothing.
74 cents. I know. Listen, I'm appreciative of your donation, but you could have at least said a little emoji,
I
like a
told
little wave.
That's what I tell him. Like, just put
Come
an
on,
emoji or
Raider.
something.
Yeah, just
Come
a little
on,
one. Come on, this.
man.
Come on. But thank you. Much appreciated. So, yeah, I mean, ultimately, I hope the Batman comes out and it's good. I hope Superman comes out. Personally, I'm a little bit more excited for the Batman because I
Mhm.
felt like the Batman was just a little bit more, I don't know, cohesive.
It's
But
not
I've
gonna
always
be
been a
gun
bigger
humor.
fan of Batman in
Mhm.
general. So,
Yeah, same. So I'm a Marvel girly. My favorite superhero is Spider-Man.
oh,
But
yeah, I
as
love
far as
Spider-Man.
you probably saw the picture I posted. That
I
sideshow
did,
figure
yeah.
is so shout out again to Wiley. He sent that to me, and I was getting ready to move like when he sent it, and it's been sitting in my closet for like a year. And a few like 2 months ago, whatever it was, I took it out of my closet, and I'm like, oh, I never actually opened it and looked at it because I didn't want it to like break because I knew I was moving. And I was like, when I opened it, I was like, it's beautiful. Like, this is the
It's
best thing I own. It's
perfect.
perfect. And I was like, I'm like holding it. I'm like, where am I gonna put it? Where am I gonna put it? Like, I cleared off the shelf. I was like, this is all I need in the background.
Yep.
Oh, it's
It's good.
beautiful. But as far as like DC, I actually really like Black Canary. I would love to see a proper adaptation done of her
Yes,
on
she's
film.
good,
I think
but
Katie Lotz on Arrow did a
oh,
good job, but
Arrow,
they
yeah.
turned her into freaking Sarah and the White Canary, and I didn't like
Yeah,
that.
that storyline was
It
stupid.
was so stupid. But I would love to see a proper actress that looks like her and can just have that sassy, spicy attitude that Laurel, that Dinah Laurel Lance has. Oh, love it.
Yeah.
But Batman's also over Superman, probably Batman because, well, the Arkham games and the Batman animated series, Batman Beyond. Oh, Batman Beyond was so good.
It was.
Some people have never seen that, and I'm like, I'm so
How?
sorry for you should watch it right
I feel
now.
like that's required watching material.
If you like Batman, oh, imagine if we would have gotten with the proper writers a Batman Beyond live action with Michael Keaton as the older Batman, and I don't know who would have played Terry, but they could have found someone, just someone
Oh, it
cute.
would have been so fucking good.
But if we got it now, it would be awful.
I like Michael Keaton. It's a
I love
shame that they
him.
didn't utilize him, in my
He's
opinion, enough.
he's my favorite Batman.
Ooh, I don't know if he's my favorite,
Well, live
but
action.
yeah, he's definitely up there. I don't know. I'm a sucker for Christian Bale, but I really like Robert Pattinson too. I
Yeah.
think my one of my favorites in general as well, which is a hot take, is Val Kilmer. I know that
Oh,
there's a lot of people that are a little bit,
he
critical of that take.
I liked that Batman. That's when they leaned a little bit more into the campy because then next we
Yeah.
had Batman and Robin. But you
Yep.
want to know what's really funny? Val was the first to don the bat nipples, but nobody noticed because they stuck out so much more on George Clooney.
Yeah, that is true. But
No, he's good.
I
I think Val Kilmer.
yeah.
He was a cutie too back in the
Oh
day.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
he did a good job. He was another like I don't know. I would say method actor is probably a good term for Val Kilmer. He
Yeah.
not as hardcore as like where he's like gaining too much weight or losing too much, but like he was like a proper like Broadway type actor, but that could act in film, kind of like Christopher Reeve, which is why I
Yeah.
think he is the best film Superman that we've gotten, and
Yes.
it's never going to get
Yes.
topped.
I feel like these are also actors who have so much of like a strong like aura to them. They just they melt into the part so well. It's like they
Mhm.
embody the part, and that doesn't happen with a lot of actors. Usually you can just feel that they're acting, but sometimes you have those people who just love the role and are passionate about the role and they just understand so perfectly, like with Alan Rickman as Snape. I could
Mhm.
never imagine somebody else playing that character the way that he did.
Oh yeah, no, that's very true. And same with like Jim Carrey and Robin Williams, like roles that they
Yeah.
did. Like
It was
ac-
them or no one.
yeah, like could you picture anyone else playing Ace Ventura?
Absolutely not.
No, and they both have range because they are great. They started out as comedians. I feel like Jim Carrey, it's almost like using him as like putting in a cheap code because he has the body humor, like he can bend his face to
Yeah.
look like he was great. Same with Robin Williams though. He's my favorite comedian. I would say one of my favorite actors. Like he did so good. Like the 6 hour photo movie
Yep.
was like you were like, that's Robin Williams? What? Like his range was incredible. But same with Jim Carrey, like they're just such great actors. And I'm trying to think of another role like Hook. Could you picture anybody else but Robin Williams playing Peter Pan?
Absolutely not.
They actually wanted Michael Jackson.
Did they?
Yeah, but he turned it down because he had like that child like mindset, right? Like he turned it down
Oh,
because he didn't want to
yeah.
play an adult Peter
Yeah.
Pan. Like he was younger when they did that. Like he was probably like uh I don't know. He had to have been like in his 20s because when did that come out? Like 91. So Michael Jackson was
Yeah, I
still
think
fairly
so.
young at that
Yeah.
time. But yeah, I couldn't see anybody else other than Robin Williams in that role.
Absolutely not. But we'll see what happens. Maybe comedy can be saved. I just don't I don't necessarily know.
Shane Gillis, we need you. Make a movie. Tires is great.
Yes.
So that shows me that he has the ability to give us some good stuff. But then again, that's still kind of playing it safe because it's not Netflix, as much as I hate a lot of the stuff that they've done, like behind the scenes and all that, but they take a chance. Like they brought Dave Chappelle on and people tried to boycott, like, well, he's making fun of trans people. Like, take the no, and they kept it up. They've been funny before, so I'm saying like they ain't perfect, but they take a chance on some of these comedians, so that's where we get our laughs from now. Like you kind of have to go to Netflix if you want to see something like that. Tires. Chat, if you've never seen Tires,
Go watch it.
go watch it. There's 2 seasons. I
Yes.
think this is season 3
That's
that's
your
going to be coming
homework
out.
this week, chat.
Yes. Please.
Hollywood guy, thank you for the 5. I've been hiding in a hole, but what happened to Saturday Night Live? Is it going toxic? Have you watched Saturday Night Live except for maybe clips? even recently.
No, I think the last like okay, I've watched the Shane Gillis clips. Like I just
Yeah,
go on
yeah.
YouTube and look up the because sometimes like when this is what my go to is now. If I'm like I need to laugh, I go on YouTube and I look up Shane Gillis stuff.
Yeah.
But the last full episode of Saturday Night Live that I watched was when Adam Sandler hosted during the pandemic.
Ooh, yeah. That was a couple years
So
ago.
that has been a while, and it was pretty good, but
I
it
can't
was
even remember the last time I watched a full episode. Like, sure, there are lots of clips that like blow up on social media and you see them, and very occasionally are they funny, but most of them for me just they don't hit. They're not
no, it's
amusing.
dry.
Yeah.
It's very because again they're afraid
Yep.
because they used to make fun of everybody, and now they only want to make fun of one side, or it's just I don't. And the actors that they have now, minus like Keenan Thompson, I like Keenan and grew up with him with all that and the Keenan and Kel show. Like he's probably still good, but I couldn't even tell you who else is on there.
Right.
Uh, because they haven't really made a name for themselves.
Yeah.
I will say one of the like besides like a Shane Gillis clip, the Beavis and Butthead clip. Have you seen that
Yes.
with
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling? Dude,
Yeah.
I was crying. I was like,
I
okay, so
love
this
Ryan
couple,
Gosling.
he's so great. I
He
did you?
is.
They want to make a Fall Guy too, and I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I
I'd
hope they do
totally
it.
watch it. But yeah, I mean, Hollywood guy, SNL's been kind of a dumpster fire for a long time at this point. They do
Hmm.
still have their moments where they're not that bad, but in general, it's not something that I'd recommend sitting down and getting excited for anymore.
No, and they're supposed to be a comedy show, so the fact that it's like they've got some hits, no, you should be making
It's
people laugh on the
all,
regular. I used to
yeah.
watch every Saturday when I was a kid and then a teenager, and it was hilarious. But now I'm just like, I can't. Maybe we'll sit through one soon and then
Maybe,
we'll talk
yeah, we
about
could
it
do
just to
that.
see. We'll find when there's a good host, a decent host coming up, we'll watch it.
Yeah, for sure. Nightmare, thank you for the five. Vera got into an X debate with a person who wants Eve replaced as the protagonist in SB2. What do you think about that? I like Eve as a protagonist, but I wouldn't necessarily mind if Stellar Blade had like a rotating main cast. I guess it would depend on the story and if it's somebody who was in the previous game that was like taking up the mantle, but I don't really think that that would work because I think of Stellar Blade and I think of Eve. So
Yeah.
I think it would depend on how the creators wanted to approach it and if that's even what they would want from it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I never finished it, not because I didn't like it, but because like at the time when I was playing it, everybody was. So I seen a lot of people like X-Ray was playing it and everything, and so I know the whole story. I do want to finish it. It was a great game, but even not finishing it myself, I couldn't picture anybody but her in the lead on that.
Oh yeah,
Um,
no.
I think they should do something maybe like where they introduce some other characters and maybe you could like rotate. Like if you want to change up, like you can just play whoever you want, something like that might work. But even then, I don't know. People like Eve.
Yeah, no, I agree. Also, Deb, that is true. At some point in the 90s, SNL was down to one funny skit per 90-minute episode. 90% of SNL now is just absolute political trash, and it's not funny and it's not entertaining. Maybe like once a year, there will be a funny skit from them, but that's it. And it's sad.
And then it goes viral on
Yeah,
YouTube, right? And then that's where we see it.
yeah. But most of it is just like political, them trying to be funny and it not really
Yeah.
working out for them.
No. Like I remember in the 90s when they had like Phil Hartman playing Bill Clinton and they like would make fun of like his weight like going up and down and like I remember one specific episode where he's like in a McDonald's or something and he's like doing like an interview and he's sitting there like shoving his face and just little things like that were just so funny the way like I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they don't have the proper comedians to deliver the lines. Like another Phil Hartman thing with the Frankenstein thing with the fire. I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember that sketch. He's like, oh, and he just like runs away because of the fire. Like little things like that were just hilarious because they had physical comedy and they just don't have it anymore. And it makes me sad because I grew up with comedy and I want more. We don't
No, I
get it.
definitely agree. Comedy's in a very rough place right now.
It is.
Alazan, thank you for the 5. Hey, Virtue, do you like Tetris? I really like Tetris. Vera doesn't like Tetris. Tetris sucks.
I haven't played Tetris in a long time.
Well, okay, that is a problem. I haven't probably played Tetris except for maybe playing Tetris 99 once. Since before that, though, I was probably like 9 or 10.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, when's the last time I played it? Because I don't even know if they have like a proper Tetris app on phones anymore. Because I
I don't
remember
think
like
so.
trying to download one at one point because I'm like, oh, this will kill some time, and I couldn't see it. Like, I didn't see one. So I don't know. It probably was
Yeah.
like on my mom's like old phone when I was young. Like that was the last time I probably played Tetris. Like when the phones had like Snake on it and stuff.
Yeah. I don't I don't I don't I mean, I know that there are a lot of different like versions of Tetris, but I don't necessarily know if there's a good like consistent version like that I would even want to play on the regular. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Tetris. I know.
It's
Some
okay.
people think that's a hot take, but that's okay.
It's okay. I think the chat will get over it.
Well, speaking of games, let's talk about this really quickly before we review the movie that we want to today. We all love Left 4 Dead. You and I talk about Left 4 Dead so often because of how nostalgic it is. And now the creator, Mike Booth, is announcing he's working on a new 4-player co-op
Ooh.
shooter.
I'm excited. So I wonder. So it's new. It's probably not going to be like in the Left 4 Dead like universe, which is probably good because they,
Sometimes you need to leave things in the
yeah.
past, but make a spiritual successor.
Yeah, because I mean, Back for Blood, it's not that that failed, but I think the general consensus from people was that it wasn't as good as Left 4 Dead.
I
So
think
it
it just
wasn't,
played it too safe.
yeah.
It didn't have that style or the character. It didn't feel I didn't even really feel like it was made by the same people.
No, it didn't, it just didn't have that like the heart, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I so I haven't played Left 4 Dead in a while. I got Blabs into it at one point and she went nuts with the mods and then so I started putting
Ooh.
mods on it and it's so funny. Like of course she had to throw Harry Potter in there and she turned her character in Hermione into Hermione. I turned mine into Buffy and Ash from Evil Dead and then we made like the I forgot which zombies it was to the do you know the way? Knuckles and
Yep.
I think she did like a Joe Biden where it was like, "Come on, man!" Like one of them, and like Shrek into
That's hilarious.
it. It was we had too much fun with the mods. We sat there like on Discord talking, like, "Look what I found! Look what I sent it to me! Look what I found!" Yeah, the Ugandan Knuckles. Thank you,
Yep.
Brackets. It's good. I think it's time to reinstall Left 4 Dead 2 and just like have a stream.
I agree. I think maybe what we should do in October is have just a Left 4 Dead 2 night because
Yeah,
it's so good.
absolutely. It's so good. I'm down for that.
100%. But it says it's being developed at Bad Robot Games, which I don't know what they've came out with recently, but I know that that's Katie McGraw and J.J. Abrams. So
I didn't even know that.
yeah, and it builds on the foundations of Left 4 Dead, and it's already accepting players for playtests. So I would assume it's pretty far into development if it's accepting players. But Bad Robot, I don't even know what they've recently come out with.
Yeah, I'm trying to see right
Um,
now.
like,
Titles. There it
haven't
goes.
they just made? I think they made a mobile game. Maybe that's not particularly the best.
Silent Hill Ascension, but that's not new. When did that one come out?
Yeah,
I don't see the year.
because this is Bad Robot Productions. Bad.
Pastime. They collaborated with Valve to create this mode with Team Fortress 2. Epic Games mobile title, Spy Jinx. Yeah.
Yeah, so they really haven't done like anything up until this point. So, I mean, obviously cautiously optimistic. I don't like JJ Abrams. I'm
No.
not a fan of him, but I
I
don't know how much he's actually going to work on this at all. Like he's the co-CEO of the company. So, I'm guessing
mm.
he'll have some ideas to put into the mix, but it's not like he's a game director or anything.
So looking at like I forget some of the stuff that he's done. Like I lost interest and Lost. I know that was so popular when it came out. It was done by the time I started it, like on Netflix or something. I
Yeah.
never
The
finished
Rise of
it.
Skywalker.
Yeah,
Whoo!
I
Everyone
remember
loves
that.
that.
I absolutely remember that one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Alias, I remember liking Alias, but I was like in the single digits when that came out, so that would be something that I could probably rewatch and uh maybe. Westworld, I liked it, but that was another one that I didn't finish. So I think it's uh you know, I don't finish JJ Abrams shows.
Yeah. I know he did what, Mission Impossible 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Star Trek film franchises, didn't see
Yeah, like
those.
I liked Cloverfield.
Oh, I love Cloverfield.
That
I
was
went
good.
when I visited New York City, I took a picture in Central Park by that bridge, like where they're like when they're filming themselves and they're talking about, and I think one of the monsters walks by. I can't remember. It's been so while since long since I watched Cloverfield. But I remember I was like, they were right here, and I got so excited, took a picture.
I'll never
Um,
forgive J.J. Abrams for killing or being one of the killing factors of Star Wars and Star Trek, though.
yeah, he's not gonna live that down.
Yeah, no.
What did you think of 10 Cloverfield Lane?
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it
I mean,
too.
I didn't think it was like the best movie ever, but I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was like a nice little side story addition to that universe. But
Yeah.
it wasn't better than Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cloverfield
I
was the
want to
perfect mix
rewatch
of
it.
claustrophobic chaos and found film. Yes.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad that Vara likes found film because I don't really
I
have many
do.
other I have a couple friends that are into it. But not really most people are like, I can't stand it. I don't like how it looks. And I'm like, well, you suck. No, I'm kidding. I like found footage. Like, because people think I talk about found footage and they're like the Blair Witch. I'm like, yes, but n- like that's not even top 10 for me. Okay. Um, I guess for the time, but I remember watching Blair Witch and I was just like, this ain't even scary. But to be fair, I did see a scary movie first, so
Yeah.
that's all I could think about was like when
I
she's
loved like As Above, So Below. That
I don't
one
think
was
I've seen
really
that one.
that's the one with the Paris catacombs.
Oh.
That is very good because it's them. It's this team of I think it's 3 or 4 people. They're going through the catacombs, so it's like very claustrophobic, very creepy.
Oh.
The ending is also like kind of
Good.
crazy. I really like As Above, So Below. You should definitely put that on a list. You are
We're putting it
gonna
on the
like that
list.
movie.
I'm looking it
I
up.
can
I'll rent it if I have to.
guarantee if you like found film, which you do,
I
you're
do.
going to like it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have all these tabs up by the end of the show that of stuff that Vara wants me to watch.
Yeah. It's good though.
Okay. It's on there.
But anyway, talking more about Left 4 Dead
Before deep again.
before we get into the review, it says if you've enjoyed the teamwork, tension, and replayability of my past games, you'll probably find this one interesting. It expands on the co-op formula in ways I've wanted to for a long time. So I hope that this comes out and it is again not a like direct copy of Left 4 Dead, but something that still feels similar because Back for Blood really just didn't scratch that itch for me, and I'm just
Mm-mm.
hoping it's not going to be too generic.
Yeah, I hope they make it its own story and they make it interesting. And
Yeah,
it's like you said,
definitely.
not a like copy and paste of Left 4 Dead. Like I mean, to some degree, any kind of shooter like that is going to get compared to another one,
Oh, of
especially if
course.
they throw zombies in there, or
But with
But
like unique
people,
weapons and really
mhm,
interesting maps and interesting zombies or creatures, because I guess we don't technically know if it's going to be like a zombie or a creature game. One would assume if he's comparing it a little bit, but yeah, hopefully.
yeah, fingers crossed, it's good. You'll get a review when
We'll
it
be
comes out,
playing
guys.
that
Yeah,
day one.
absolutely.
I'm excited for it. I hope it turns out good. He's pretty good, so
We'll see.
we'll have to see. But speaking of found footage, guys, let's talk about this movie that Wicked actually had suggested. It's called House on Eden. I had no idea what this was until she was like, "Hey, I watched this movie. What did you think of it?" And I was like, "I haven't seen it yet."
So I've been waiting for this to come out. I'm a fan of Call Me Chris. It's her and Selena Spooky Boo, and I'm a big fan of Call Me Chris. Like she has some good content. Like she's like the YouTuber that I watch when I want to take a break from pop culture. She does a little bit of everything. Some of the stuff is a little bit funny. Some of it's like covering like true crime stories by like the way she does it because she pays respect to victims and stuff and doesn't just because you know how some of these true crime people they just like tell a story because they're trying to make money off of it and they don't really respect the victims in the story. She does. So I like her, and I heard about this a while ago, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I also love supporting independent creators. It's like she's a fellow YouTuber, way bigger than me, albeit, but like she's a YouTuber, and I respect throwing your own money into a project and working on it. She actually. They had it out in a few select theaters last year, like 6 or 7 different states. And one of them was where I grew up in New York. They had it in Buffalo, but I live in Florida now. And I'm like, no freaking way. So I bought a ticket and I was like, I'm going to try to go back and see family at this time. Cause they even did a meet and greet. Like they sat there and watched it with you. And it was at a Regal. Like it was a nice theater.
Oh,
Like
that's
it was,
really cool.
yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I couldn't make it. And I was so sad that I could not make it. I had like a friend that went and we're posting pictures like with them. And I was like, good for you. Like,
Heartbroken.
yes, I'm heartbroken. I wanted to go so bad. And then the day that it dropped on streaming, I didn't even see like on their socials that it was like out for streaming. It just like popped into my head. It's like the universe was like, don't forget about this movie. And I'm like, let me see if it's available to stream yet. And it was. And then I go on like social media and see after I'd watched it that they're like sharing everybody watching it because it had just dropped. And I was like, that's kind of crazy because I didn't like it just popped into my head. So
Yeah, well, I didn't even know what it was until you had suggested it and I looked it up and I think maybe I had seen the poster previously, but it wasn't on my radar to actually watch. So, I'm always looking for brand new movies to watch, especially found footage. I think that they're
yeah.
so unique most of the time. Sometimes they don't really cut the mustard, but usually they're at
Yeah.
least interesting enough.
Yeah. So should we watch the trailer before we get into the review of it, or are we not going to
Um,
watch the trailer? I don't know if you.
yeah, sure. Let me bring this up really quickly and
I
we
know
can
sometimes I'm careful. I'm pretty sure they're not flagging YouTubers, but
I don't know. I haven't heard if they are or not. So,
yeah. So
hey,
I mean,
we could take the
okay.
chance. We could take the chance. Worst comes to worst, I have to clip it out.
I know that happens to me
It'll
a lot
be
on Saucy.
fine. Surely it will be okay. So, all right, let's give it a watch. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio. Can you hear it?
No audio from me.
No audio. It said that there was audio.
I hate when it does that.
Yeah.
StreamYards.
It says,
And then it makes us
"Hey,
look dumb and
it
like,
will
look at these dumb
work.
girls can't even
We
share audio.
promise it will work." It's actually, all right, hold on 2 seconds. I think I can,
Please hold.
yeah, reset it. Stupid.
Someone who looks like you without glasses. Oh, Call Me Chris. Why? Because they both have red hair.
Does she?
She's blonde now, but in this movie she had red hair. I think she's naturally a blonde, but she did have red hair for a bit.
Oh, fast. I didn't even realize that.
Watches
right.
the whole movie, didn't even notice.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. I don't know. Well, it is kind of dark, but
Yeah.
all right, let's see.
Hello, everybody,
Yep.
and welcome back to another Spooky AF production.
All right, we gotta learn how to use these cameras if we're gonna be filming the next few nights.
I know how to work a camera. No promises. I read about a girl going missing here like 60 years ago. This place is insane. There's no power. Let's check out this creepy ass house. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel good about this.
God, doll.
Something's happening in this house, and we need to figure out what it is. This is used by the ghost to communicate with us. Selena? We could actually catch something for real.
I'm not cool with this anymore.
don't know why I find that end clip so funny.
It's funny because like the thing is like so they had like 10 people working on this project. This was a very independent project. And if you know who these YouTubers are, it's they started off as like the story. Okay, this trailer does not show the story at all. It just
It
shows
doesn't.
you
Do you want me to
not
read
at
it
all.
real quick?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
I
let
was
me
just
bring
like
this up.
what this is like they do like spooky things. Like some YouTubers go and they like find haunted like areas, blah blah. Like they do that on YouTube. And so the way this movie starts is they're being themselves like, okay, let's go find this like location, and then like crazy stuff actually goes down. I think this is the story on this was better than Blair Witch, and the fact that like their funding, like they did this themselves, was very impressive. Now the acting lacks a little bit in this, like I'll give them that, but like they're YouTubers, they're not celebrities. I'll let Vara read the story.
Yeah, so it says House of Eden is a 2025 American found footage horror film written, directed, produced, and starring Chris Collins in her feature directorial debut. It is a small team of vloggers consisting of Chris, the boss and lead Selena, and her co host and Jay, their cameraman and editor, going on a road trip to film an on location episode at a cemetery for their ghost hunting channel. And then it ends up turning into them looking for this house. Chris finds out that there is this place called the House on Eden, and that is really the primary story of this. Of course, they go to the house, they walk around the house, and, well, chaos ensues.
Yeah.
So this was actually a movie that, yes, had a budget of $10,000, and at the box office, it made $455,000.
That's what I mean. Like, that's insane. I thought so. I honestly, I did not think that Blair Witch was good. I thought that this, like, the story on this was better than Blair Witch.
See, I completely disagree.
You like Blair Witch more than this?
Yes.
I haven't seen Blair Witch in a long time. Now, like I said, the beginning of this, I thought it dragged on, but they could have cut some out. But what I appreciated about this was not only that they were independent and they filmed this all themselves, but that the story, they don't give anything away in the trailer. And I like that.
No, they really
do not see what happens coming at all. And it's impressive that she wrote and directed it. Like, I have a thing for supporting independent creators too. And it's like, of course, this was her first one. So it's not perfect, but I respect it a lot. Like what they did.
I agree. I think my major problem was the first half. A lot of the dialogue was very, I think, natural. And what I mean by that is this is probably the way that they normally talk. And so they weren't really going into it with an almost acting perspective. There was a lot of like random swearing and shit talking each other and jokes that friends would make, but it didn't particularly feel natural at times because they're like making faces at the camera and they're very intentionally trying to almost shock you with the way that they're talking.
No,
and I felt
agree
as
with
if that was toned back just a little bit and they started playing into the horror elements quicker. I think it would have been a lot better. Now, what I really liked about this movie that they did is they sort of established this with flashback scenes at the end where as they're traveling there, Chris, the main character, is affected by a certain entity and that carries throughout the movie, and that's why in a way she acts the way she does, why she acts very like angry and agitated, which I did think was a very nice tie-in. So it's like by the end you understand why that was happening towards the beginning, but I just felt that it was a little bit too almost drawn out at the beginning with like getting on the road. And it is a shorter film. It's about an hour and 18 minutes, so it's not very long. But even if they had cut out the extra 20 at the beginning, I would have felt it was a much more solid experience. Now, for a found footage film, it being their first time, I can understand why it was, I think, just extra jarring when it came to the way that they filmed it, because found footage it has to be a perfect balance between it feeling like found footage and they're running around and scrambling with the camera versus them actually like putting it down and setting it down and then it picking up certain visuals. I felt that it was still pretty rough in terms of the found footage, but once they actually made it to the house, it felt like a very different film. When they made it to the house, it felt pretty solid, I personally thought, but that beginning half was rough.
It was. I totally agree with that
Yeah.
because like they could have cut out completely, like they could have just made it to where like, okay, we're going to do this and then shot like a couple. I like the use of like that camera they used where it was like a film in the center, like
Yeah, the
they
eight
did. Yeah,
millimeters.
the eight
Yeah.
millimeter. I really liked that. They could have been like, okay, well, I found this house, we're gonna go do it, whatever, and then show them driving with like that 8 millimeter scene,
Yeah.
and then like maybe that one scene where they're kind of like playing hide and seek for a second, and that's your first peek at something creepy. Like cut from that to that to that, and then they're at the house, and that would have been it would have flowed a little bit better. And as far as like their acting, you could totally tell that these three are like best friends, and you
Yeah.
could tell that's why like when they're joking around, you can see that. But then like when they get it's like the one scene where Jay is like, "You're a tyrant," like, and he's like yelling at her. You could tell that it wasn't natural because well, like they're not actors, and it's fine. It's like if you see that makes it like they're YouTubers, so they're more real with their personalities, right? But you know, like I said, I give them props because it's independent
It's
and
an
I'm so
independent
happy.
project and they're
Yeah.
trying to break into this scene, which
Mhm.
I do think is cool, especially where we feel a lot of the entertainment that's coming out from like the mainstream industry is very bland and to the point and nobody's taking chances. Sure, this might not be the best film ever, but it at least offered you something. And I
Mhm.
thought that, yeah, if that second half was basically a 40-minute upload to YouTube, I think it would have done so much better.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
understand they needed to make it at least an hour so that it could go to select theaters.
Yeah, yeah, that totally makes sense, and I think that I do actually like the story. Like when they finally got it rolling, like you said, like if we would have just got them like, okay, we're outside this house, and then all that stuff goes down, would have been like, well, okay, like that is an extremely high quality YouTube video.
Yeah.
But I think the numbers speak though that like people just were happy to see because a lot of people like to support independent creators because they're tired of what Hollywood's doing and everything. So I think the fact that their budget was 10K and they made almost half a million
Yeah. And
and they're
plus they
probably
do
going to
have
hit it.
right prominent followings on social media. So,
Mhm.
you know, they have that extra kind of boost or that extra help, which is probably very good for them
Oh,
because it
absolutely.
gave them more opportunities. But I know that this went on to Shudder.
Mhm.
So I'm curious to see if Shudder will announce like streaming numbers or view counts or anything like that. That could be maybe another key for them for in the future to maybe, you know, acquire more funding and more opportunities with larger companies to be able to make something bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to know that as well. I hope they release it. It's just it's nice to see that, especially because you know it's a fellow YouTuber seeing them get this opportunity. It's like, you know, I want to see more of that. We've seen like
Yeah,
even like Mark did you watch Markiplier's show?
I
The
did. Yeah.
and actually I liked it, but there was absolutely moments where I was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that's Markiplier. Like he's
Mhm.
being all serious and I'm thinking of his silly videos and it's like that's more
That
on like
happens
me
a
as a
lot with
viewer. Like
content creators or social
mhm,
media influencers where they don't really know how to turn off their like personality in
mhm.
order to make a movie or a TV show. But yeah, I thought that it was okay. I definitely like Blair Witch way more.
I haven't watched Blair Witch in a while, so maybe it's not fair for me to say that I like the story more because it's been a long time. Like I think I was I was probably like 10 when I watched Blair Witch. I just remember like at that time I wasn't scared. Like I got
I
scared pretty
think
easily and it
that
didn't
the
really scare me. But like I said, I watched Scary Movie first, so I think I looked at it as funny because I
yeah,
seen Scary Movie first.
and I think the difference between something like this and Blair Witch is Blair Witch from the very beginning has a very creepy atmosphere to it. And you have to be the type of person that does get spooked by atmosphere to appreciate Blair Witch. Because if you just see the woods at night in the dark and that doesn't like bother you or give you the heebie jeebies, then Blair Witch is definitely not going to be for you because that's 90% of the movie. But I really
Mhm.
like the dark atmospheric films that are supposed to captivate you in that way, which is probably why it stuck more for me personally.
Yeah. Well, I'll give it a rewatch. Maybe we can throw that in as a review during because
Yeah, mini
we have
review.
2 months of spooky
We
time to
do.
review scary stuff. So, I'll like it's been so long, so I'll give it a rewatch. I just think of like like the scary movie where it's like Gail when he's like she steps on it, she's like, "You're on my foot, fat shit," and he's like, "Oh, sorry, Miss Gail." And she's like, "What did I tell you? We don't step on Miss Gail because she wears Prada." Like just I think of that, so I feel like that also had something to do with me not really thinking that it was that scary. So I'll give it another go.
Yeah, no, definitely. I thought that this was unique, but if
Mhm.
you've never seen As Above, So Below, I think that that will probably become, I believe personally, that it will become one of your favorite found films.
Okay. Well, that's on the list. Like we'll pick like which week we want to do what. I think next week is gonna be Conjuring Last
Conjuring,
Rites. Yeah, I
yeah.
can't wait to see that. I've seen all. The Nun is the one that really got me. We'll get into this next week, but The Nun was the one that really got me like, woo! Like there was a couple scenes in that and I was like, okay. Chill out.
I don't know which of the Conjuring movies is my favorite. Maybe this week I'm going to binge them just so I can have
Yeah.
like my thoughts refreshed, but the critics usually do not rate horror particularly well, so I don't really care about the critic scores being kind of low on the
Oh
new
yeah.
Conjuring movie because I of course don't really trust them, but I think that those two actors together have done such a good job over all these years, and I feel like those films are always solid. Sure, maybe they're not always the best acted or best written, but they at least tell a cohesive story that it does have, you know, very creepy elements and that are emotionally impactful. So I'm sad that it's the end of The Conjuring, but also I'm glad that they're not going to continue to make a million movies when we don't need them.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I agree with that. I think I'm gonna like this one. It might, some of them were just so silly and like obviously it's unbelievable, but I mean it's like horror. Have you seen like the marketing that they're doing where it's like people are getting blessed before they go into it, people are getting possessed in the theater? I'm
Yeah.
like
I
I'm
think
like, okay,
marketing
Dan.
strategies like that are, I think they're kind of neat. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily think that they always work, but I think that sometimes they're kind of entertaining. It's like over the years we've seen with like Terrifier and all the clown movies, right? There'll be like creepy clowns out in the middle of the woods and someone random will be driving down this dirt road and they'll find this clown and then you find out months later, oh, haha, it was just marketing.
Yep. Yeah.
But I like the Warrens. I
Me
think that
too.
they're really cool and I think that these two actors portray them really well. So I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out. I don't know with this film what the case is because all of them are loosely based on real cases. So I don't know what this
I
one is
looked
based
into
on.
Oh, yeah. Have you looked into any of that? Like watched any of the documentaries on the Warrens
I
and stuff?
have.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so we are guys, we're prepared.
We definitely
We
are.
brought a pen
We
and
don't
pencil,
need
we're
to
ready.
worry about our homework. We're gonna ace this test.
Yeah.
But
I actually watched them all, and this is weird because like I am into like horror. For the first time last year, in like 2 days, I needed a break from work and everything, and I had 2 days, and I was like, I got like some drinks and some snacks, and I watched all of the Conjuring movies and all of like the spin-offs in a span of 2 days, and I was like, man,
you know what
I'm
you
never sleeping again.
probably
I'm just kidding.
like is on older episodes. So on older episodes of like Coast to Coast and old episodes of Art Bell, you can find episodes of them talking to like Ed Warren and more details and information about their cases, which
Oh.
over, the years that they were alive, they did a lot of like press. They did a lot of
did.
interviews and lots of documentaries are made about them. They wrote books, but there are so many, I think, really cool pieces of media surrounding them outside of these movies because obviously these
Mhm.
movies are like very dramatized.
Oh yeah, like the
not
one
particularly accurate.
Which one was it when they went to London? Was it 2 or 3?
That was 2.
That was 2? Yeah. Like
Yes.
that definitely wasn't like that, but like they dramatized that one like
To hell and back.
heavily, but it was still it was a good movie. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, but I don't know. The critics are saying it's a 65%. I feel like the critics usually don't like horror movies, whereas
No.
they'll give something a terrible score and I'll love it. Let's see what let's
They gave the last
see
one.
what they gave As above, so below.
This is gonna
I'm curious.
this is gonna be the nail.
Oh
on the
no. That
knew it
is
was gonna be
fucking
low.
whack. Oh hell no. This movie's like an 80, maybe even an 85.
I can't wait. We'll do that within the next we'll make sure that we do As Above, So
29.
Below when it's gonna be on your channel. Since you like it so
29
much.
so bad. That's so
wow.
stupid. See, this is why we don't trust the critics.
No.
That's awful. But yeah, so coming up, we should watch As Above, So Below.
Yeah, we'll add that
That's
to next week.
Conjuring
and
for sure.
Conjuring, Last Rites, and that's gonna be in case anybody doesn't know, we're doing it we're rotating. So next week this will be on my channel. I wasn't even thinking about it. I should have put this in my community. So sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
gonna make sure from
It's
now on we
alright.
put it in the. I had computer issues. I would have remembered, but I
You
had to
did
restart.
have some
We
issues right
started
before
a
stream.
few minutes
so-
late. It was my fault. But no, from now on, I'll make sure when I'm over here, I'll have it in my community tab so that people know and they keep up, and we'll make a playlist and everything as well.
Guys, all of
Um,
Wicked's links are in the description. Make sure you go and subscribe because, like she said, it is a rotating show. So this week it's here, next week it's there, and then
We'll
we go
make
back
a-
and forth.
Both of us will make a playlist too, so that
Yeah.
if you do miss a show, you'll be able to keep
For
up with
sure.
it. But yeah, we'll make sure we do As Above, So Below when it's going to fall on your channel. So maybe in 3 weeks, if you want, that could be the next one after Conjuring,
Yeah, that definitely could be.
so that we sync it
Unless,
up like
unless
that.
something else is coming out
Yeah,
that would
we'll-
take priority.
We'll see. I mean, trying to think of what is coming out. And chat, feel free. Vara's got her Discord
Yep.
in her description. We're both
Also,
on
after
there.
the stream, you can leave a comment on
Mm-hmm.
the stream itself with your ideas because we're always looking to watch something and yap about something.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not always we fit for the next 2 months because September and October are spooky months.
They are.
So
Honestly, in November even kind of is for me too. It's
she's
like the,
every
the
month is
wind
spooky
down.
month for me. Yeah, no, she needs
Yeah.
half of November to wind down. See, where I am in Florida, it's actually the end of August is when spooky starts.
Yeah.
Because Halloween Horror Nights already started a week ago.
I don't even give a fuck. August, the whole entire August, you might as well count it as spooky.
Might as well. I mean, because what's going on? And
Right,
then
nothing.
November 1st is when they start doing Christmas stuff. So it's I'm all for it's free will, right? It's a beautiful thing. Celebrate when you want. If you want to put your Christmas tree up in July, go for it. You want to start celebrating Halloween in January, go for it.
Speaking
I don't
of
care. Live your
which,
life.
Did you like Silent Night with David Harbour, the Christmas hack and slasher movie that had came out a few years ago?
I don't know if I finished that one. Hold on. I remember I wanted
think it
to
was
because
Silent Night.
uh,
Maybe it's not. What was it called?
Oh no, it was it wasn't Silent Night. It was
no.
Let's see.
It's
find it
Violent Night.
Violent
That's
Night.
what.
Yeah,
Hey,
no, I'll have to add that on the
close
list
enough.
because I think I started it and then it was on a busy day and I started falling asleep and I was like, crap, I wanted to finish that. So it wasn't I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I actually have that.
But I know that they're coming out with the sequel to that next year.
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
So we have to review that at some point. And
Yeah.
also, chat, we're gonna add the others to the list because neither of us have
Yeah,
seen
we were
that.
talking earlier about The Conjuring, and I was like, "Oh, are you excited for The Conjuring? Have you seen the others?" And she thought I meant
She meant
the
the movie. I
others
was
as the
no.
movie
And
with Nicole Kidman. And I was like, "No," but I see how you meant that.
Because I'm like, no, I haven't seen that one, but it's on my list. And then I'm like, I have seen even The Nun and all the other Conjuring. And she's probably like,
Yeah.
is this chick retarded? I literally just asked her that, and she said no.
It's okay, but that's on the list too.
Yeah,
For
yeah, we
sure.
have so As Above, So Below will be within the next few weeks. If nothing is coming out after next week, we'll do that one.
Yeah, for sure. Hypernauts, thank you for the 10. Hey, Vara. Hey, Wicked. Love the streams. Also, Wicked, if you want assault to your bank account, Prime 1 Studio has 2 really good Poison Ivy statues. Also, Tetris is absolute trash. Thank you, Hypernauts. But also, I've got a couple of Arkhamverse statues that I should I should highlight one of these days because I've got a
Yeah,
couple of good
show it
ones.
off.
There are some really expensive poison ivy ones out there though that I've seen that are like $1,000. I wouldn't buy them, but I'm tempted. Need a payment plan.
I know, right? Like, do you guys accept Afterpay?
Yeah, right. Guys, we're starting a GoFundMe, and me and Wicked are going to
Oh.
be sending it to each other. 1 month she gets it, the next month I do.
This one, yeah, I that's an assault to my bank account. Okay, the Batman Hush Poison Ivy is beautiful.
Ooh, screen share it.
It's $1,350.
Oh my
Hold
god.
on, let me share
Lexicon,
that.
thank you for the 5. The best found footage movie is the 2010 Norwegian film Troll Hunter.
Ooh, I want
haven't
like
seen
indie
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. It's
I'll
very expensive.
screenshot that though.
Yeah,
I'll keep it in the back of my mind.
screenshot.
Woo! Wowza.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
That's so detailed.
It's beautiful, but
It's so
1,000.
sad that we're not getting poison ivies that look like this anymore.
I know.
We
It
did
is
in
sad.
that commercial. That actress in that one commercial was pretty good. The Affleck commercial.
Oh yeah. This is gorgeous though, but my goodness.
Yeah, that's a pretty petty. And never mind with tax.
I remember like forever I actually was gifted it, but I want to get the Catwoman from Batman Returns because I was like, that's like $300. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's
I remember when they were coming out with like let me see if I can
Here.
find it.
There you
The
go.
Catwomans for Arkham Knight. Oh yeah, these ones. They would have man, where did my tab just go? They would have these Catwomans that were so pretty, but I don't think they ever made a full set of them. That's the problem. I think they only made like the Rogue 1 or 2, but that's so freaking pretty. Even
it's
though
gorgeous.
Batman Arkham Knight wasn't like the best Arkham game, that's still so good.
It's really nice. Ugh.
It is, but it's sad that the days of the Arkhamverse are, I don't necessarily want to say over, but it's probably not the height that they were once at. That's
No,
for sure,
absolutely not.
which is unfortunate, but kind of to be expected with the way that the modern industry is. So,
Unfortunately.
guys, we've been here for a few hours. We've hung out quite a bit, but we're going to be wrapping up streaming a few. Wicked, what are you up to? What's going on with your channel? What are your plans?
Tomorrow I have my solo podcast, Wicked's World, and I'll be throwing in some gaming streams throughout the week as well. And then as always, Saucy Saturday on Saturday. And then next week, the show will be over there. So, make sure, obviously you're subscribed over here, but like subscribe to both so you can keep up with our lives. Yeah, I'm excited for this. We're gonna have fun, and I can't wait to go see Last Rites. We're probably gonna be talking about that for a big chunk because there's so much to talk about. Not just that movie, but it's the final one, and there's so many movies that we can talk about.
It's the culmination of the entire picture and what, like the entire story that they told.
Yeah, so I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm a little sad that it's over.
Yeah, me too.
Just a little. What are you streaming this week?
Game wise,
anything specific?
No, you know what? I might do some more Lego Batman like during the day. That's like my morning stream, like just chilling, chilling out. And
I know Chronos is coming out. I feel like that would be up your alley.
I should look into that. There's a few like I'm on like my wish list that I want to check out. So stay tuned.
Yeah, for sure. And guys, of course, we're here on the Varadark Dark Tide Media channel. I've also got the second channel linked in the description. I put up all of the video game reviews that I do there, and I have some collection videos that I'm going to be releasing coming up. But yeah, every single week we're going to be doing the Vara and Virtue show. It's going to be a rotating show. So this week was here. Next week is on her channel. All of her links are in the description. Go and subscribe to her channel and follow her over on social media. And of course, for me, I will be live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I will be playing Silk Song because that comes out, and I'm super excited for it. That's a big one.
I had friends that are obsessed that like cosplayed at PAX East and they like freaked out because I try to keep up with like the gaming news, and I sent them like that live stream where they were about to like announce it, and they're like, "Oh my god, thank you!" and like freaking out like in a group chat, and they're hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I'll
it's going to
watch
be
them play.
amazing, but you know, they're releasing it at $20, which is phenomenal given how big the game is going to be, and they probably could have charged 70 for it. So developers who actually respect us
I
are going to
know.
get my money, that's for sure.
Absolutely, they deserve it. And they took their time too. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. But all right, chat. With that being said, that's going to be the end of the stream. Awesome first episode. We
yay!
talked
Thanks for hanging
about
out.
quite a lot. And next week it will be on her channel. Again, links are in the description. And that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for being here the past few hours. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by. And have a really great rest of your evening, everyone.
Bye.